linebacker for the Okanagan Sun. So it's going to be up to Summers and Williams to kind of stack that D-line. Do you think it's going to be good for the Okanagan Sun to give him some rest?
I think the story is that he's just got some bumps and bruises that one more week will be very helpful for him. And I think this is a game where they're not going to lose any quality in depth by going to the second string against Kamloops.
Yeah.
I think that the front seven of the Sun, even if you have a couple of non-starters in there, are going to be just fine.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful night for football here in the Okanagan. Both teams, that's not far for either team, so nobody has to rush to catch a ferry down to the lower mainland. As soon as the game's over, Kamloops will just get on the bus, drive an hour and a half down the road back to Kamloops. Kamloops is still a growing franchise. A lot of people don't bring that up. And I feel like Kamloops has struggled just to get recruiting because they could be a better team, but they struggle with recruiting, don't they?
Recruiting is a challenge in the BCFC because there's 7 teams. There's only so many players who come out of the high school programs in the province. There's not enough football players generated in BC who want to continue to play at this level. So these teams have to go outside of BC to recruit.
And not a lot of guys want to come here from the prairies.
It's hard to recruit when it's that self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're winning, it's easy to recruit. And then that just propagates it. But if you're not having any success, you're not going to get the best guys because they're not going to want to go out there.
Right.
So that's the conundrum they're in is they need to have some 1 or 2 year wonders or maybe some university transfers type of thing that they can get into to fill some gaps and then be competitive.
So we'll do the out-of-town scoreboard here. Right now, West Shore is in Langley, and they're up 42-7 against the Rams right now. That game is well out of hand, and then you've got the VI Raiders hosting the Kodiaks, Prince George Kodiaks, who've had an incredible season so far. They're third in the standings right now, and I don't think anyone expected them to be as competitive as they are this season, have they?
They've been a very solid team, and for them to have to go to Nanaimo, when did they leave? Wednesday to get there?
From honestly, they should have flown. That's a
That's
a long drive.
That's a couple of days.
It's 9 hours to the lower mainland, another 2 for the ferry, and then 30 minutes to the stadium.
It's all day. It's all day.
Oh.
So that's going to wear you out. But they've been a real solid team that's had a lot of talking about recruiting success.
And we should talk about the Kodiaks now because I just got an updated score. At the half, the Kodiaks are now leading the VI Raiders 14-13. So they got their gears in, and Jamie Boreham probably whipped them into shape and gave them a quick click.
They've had the lead at the half a few times. Let's see if they can keep it.
Yeah, that's the hard part is winning the game in the third and fourth quarter, right? But again, a beautiful night here at the Apple Bowl. It's your Okanagan Sun Football 4 Stober group. I'm Stephen Kepler. With me is Coach Bill Long. We've got about 7 minutes until kickoff here. We're going to take a quick short break, and then we'll be back with your opening kickoff.
The Sunrise Rotary Beer Garden has 2 locations here in the Apple Bowl. It's an entirely licensed facility. You may consume beverages in the park of the stadium. Concession stand beside the main bleachers is also open until the end of the game, and Papa John's is selling pizza under the tent near the front entrance. $10 pizza. What's your choice of Papa? With 2 bouncy castles, as you can see prominently displayed in the northeast corner of the Apple Bowl. Be sure to get your 50-50 tickets. Our draw will take place during the fourth quarter of tonight's game. And a reminder as well to all fans sitting in the main grandstand, all seats in rows 5 through 9 are reserved seating. If you do not have a reserved seat ticket and are sitting in rows 5 through 9, we ask you to please find another seat, as someone will be there to claim it if they haven't already done so. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's welcome to the field our visitors. Tonight, the Kamloops Broncos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, your reigning BC Football Conference champions, the unbeaten Okanagan Sun. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if I can ask you all to please rise if you're able and join Okanagan Sun Team Chaplain Pastor Don Richmond in the presentation of our national anthem. The gentleman in charge of tonight's game wearing the striped uniforms, our referee this evening is Deepak Sharma, the line umpire Barry Moffat, the down judge is Mark Elsey, the line judge Jazz Mahal, the side judge Mark Hetherington, the back judge Brad Dutchin.
All right, the Okanagan Sun hosting the Kamloops Broncos tonight. It's 30 degrees at the Apple Bowl. I'm Stephen Kepler. Joined with me is Coach Bill Long. And the captains from both Kamloops and Kelowna meeting at the center field. And likely, if Kelowna wins the toss, they'll defer and kick to start this game. The sun probably not going to be a major factor here, as the sun's already starting to set here in the Apple Bowl, especially right in the middle of the field. It's decent. It's going to cool off in just a bit. But Kamloops struggling this season, we know this, but the Okanagan Sun still, they've been steamrolling opponents aside from the West Shore Rebels. So it'll be an interesting game to say the least. Hopefully they can keep flags off the field. That's the goal today.
I think the Okanagan Sun has to do some navel gazing here, and this is an opportunity to play some disciplined football and stay away from the unnecessary roughness penalties that are so significant that we're starting to keep track of how many there are in a game. I mean, last week they had
6.
I think they had 5 last week. So
yeah,
that's just, penalties have holdings and offsides and stuff. Those things happen, but unnecessary roughness penalties are 100% preventable.
So Kamloops has won the toss. They are going to defer. The Okanagan Sun will have to receive Captain shaking hands, and we're going to get started with a game of football here at the Apple Bowl. And I know I keep saying it's hot. It's hot for us here up in the booth, but I can imagine it's a lot hotter wearing those buckets and wearing those those football unis. They aren't
running around.
They aren't built really for weather or comfort.
No.
But all zeros on the clock. 15 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's your Okanagan Sun opening kickoff, brought to you by Valley Motorsports. Glenn Kaduya has been a great return specialist for the Okanagan Sun this year. I don't know how many he's returned to the house, but he's done such a great job, and he always wants to get into he always gets the Okanagan Sun good field position. We should expect to see the same from him this evening. The Okanagan Sun in their brown jerseys, so it's tough to read numbers. We'll do our best to make sure we get the right players. At times it's tough. By the way, there's a really good Okanagan Sun documentary put out by Underdog Media that you can watch on the website. They're doing like a series of videos. Have you been able to watch any of that, Bill?
No, I have not.
Me neither. I haven't had a chance. I've seen the trailers.
Okay.
And I will say my beautiful voice is heard at the very beginning, so I will take it.
Well, you do have the face for radio.
I was waiting for that one. You know, it's funny, my dentist said the same thing to me today. All right, back to kick this one for the Kamloops Broncos is Benjamin Whitworth. He plays both kicker and punter. And right now, it looks like the Broncos only have one quarterback listed, and that would be Carter Moberg. And we'll see. And the kick is away. The Sun are going to field this one at the 15. Gets it at the 15, makes his way to the 20. Up to the 30, cuts inside. He's under pressure, and he's down at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, Sun.
Not a deep kick, but it made it a little easier for them to cover.
15, and smart return from Josiah Halliburton. 30, cuts inside. He's under pressure, and he's down at the 34-yard line. Like you say, avoid penalties.
Yeah, just avoid the penalties. Move up, get going north-south.
The Okanagan Sun going left to right. We've got Kruger in at quarterback. Got Hardesty behind him. They're in the pro set, though, with 2 running backs. And the ball snapped. Going to be hand off to Hardesty. He runs inside, up the middle. Makes his way close to the first down marker, but has a Mack truck size of a gap to get through. So the O-line doing their job.
A very good job on that. And the Broncos with a 4-man front. The Sun outnumbered him at the point of attack, and by the time Hardesty was touched, he was already 6 yards down the field.
Yeah.
So start the game in between the tackles, which has kind of been what the Sun does. They'll run between the tackles in the first half, and then they run wide in the second half.
Kruger still in a quarterback with Hardesty behind him. Another back coming in, staying in the pro set. They're going to give, nope, it's play action pass. Incomplete, 2nd down for the Okanagan Sun. Sun are on their own 45 going left to right.
Well, they did the play action pass, and Kroger just pulled up and turned it through to Halliburton, and Halliburton curled in, and I think Kroger was expecting him to curl to the out, and then the ball was nowhere near him.
2nd and 10. On the 45. 4-man front for the Broncos. Kruger drops back under pressure, throws it down the left side, has a man, and it's caught at the 50s, at the 40, running down to the 30, makes a couple of guys miss before it's 1st down Okanagan Sun on Kamloops 25.
Well, I think that was Famakinde.
Yep.
Who ran an out to the far side of the field over to the left, but the defender played it poorly. The defender tried to get in the way of the pass. Kroger lobbed it to him, and it went over top of the defender's head, and then Famakinde's on the sidelines wide open. Just took it and headed straight down for a big game, but that was a misread on the defender on whether he could knock that pass down or not. He missed it completely.
In the red zone now, 1st and 10 for the Sun. Give to Hardesty, he runs up the middle, cuts outside, nowhere to go, runs outside, makes a couple of guys miss. 1st down, Sun, down at the 10.
That's just good running instinct. Hardesty was trying to go inside the left tackle. It got stuffed up on him, so he stopped and then bounced it outside to his left and picked up the 1st down, but that's running instinct. You can't really coach that.
1st and goal now for the Okanagan Sun. They're on the left hash, in the shade. Ball snapped, give to Hardesty. He runs off the tackle, runs out to the flats, makes a couple of guys miss. He's wrapped up in the backfield though. Second and long now for the Okanagan Sun.
Well, good penetration at the point of attack. And Yachiza, number 2 there, he's the one of the leading tacklers on Kamloops, actually, and which is never a good sign if it's a defensive back, one of your leading tacklers. But he did a great job of coming up and stopping him for a 1-yard loss.
Oh, he did a lot of sidestepping there too, stayed with his man. So second and long, and it's not goal because they're actually the first down markers at the 1. Ball snapped, Kruger drops back, looks left, looks right, decides to keep, runs outside, makes 2 guys miss. Third down, 3 yards to go. We'll see what they decide to do. I don't see Miller sending out his kicking team, so they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're not going to go all this way and settle for 3. They'll have confidence that if they don't get it, their defense will hold them. But I think this is the Okanagan Sun head coach making a statement here.
That was Fenton Munson with the tackle there for the Kamloops Broncos.
Their leading tackler.
There you go. Shows why.
Yes.
And we've got 2 backs set with Kruger, looks to throw. Throws it down the middle, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs. Kamloops catches a break here in the first quarter with 11:29 to go.
Kruger was rolling out to his right. He was looking, and he tried to hit somebody over the middle, and he just threw it too high.
Yeah, that's what I call a hospital pass.
That was Halliburton, who was at the back of the end zone. He was open, but it was just too high. I thought there was somebody in the flats that maybe he could have zipped it to, but what a great result for the Broncos.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I mean, you want to, in this situation, in this type of game, you want to minimize the damage. Well, they got it out of there with no damage.
First down here. Play action pass, throws it to the right side, almost picked off from the Sun. Second down, that's Carter Moberg in at quarterback for the Kamloops Broncos. Well-covered pass from the Okanagan Sun.
I think that was Fiera who jumped, who had the receiver, was riding in his back of his hip as the receiver was going into the flash to the right, and then when he saw the quarterback reel back to pull his arm back to throw, he just jumped that pattern and almost picked it up. Would have been an easy touchdown had he been able to make the catch.
Second and 10 here. Broncos pinned on their own 5-yard line. Moberg in at quarterback. Drops back, looks left, throws it down the left side. It's almost picked off again. Third down. And the Broncos are going to have a quick 2-and-out in the first quarter.
Well, probably quarterback wishes he had that throw back because he wasn't open. The receiver is just running a hook pattern down the left side of the field right around the numbers, and there wasn't enough separation or enough push for him to be able to get that ball to the receiver without the defender being able to jump on that, and he should have made that catch.
So it's going to be they're punting deep in their own end zone. They might take a safety. Yeah. So Kamloops takes a safety, 2-0 Okanagan Sun to start this game. We're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football, brought to you by Valley Motorsports. And so the Okanagan Sun catch a bit of a break with Kamloops here. I thought Kamloops had a great opening stop, considering the Sun gained 70 yards on that opening drive with no points to show.
Yeah, that'll be good for Kamloops and their confidence with themselves. Defensively, they gave up a couple of big plays. They got run against, so they had the one big pass play, which was probably half the yardage on that whole drive. We'll see what they can come back. I think they need to tighten up the inside and make Hardesty work for those yards a little bit more.
It's a hockey score here at the Apple Bowl. The Sun leading 2-0. They're going to start this drive on their own 35, going left to right. They're going to hand this one off to Hardesty. He runs outside the tackles, gets about 5 yards on the play, second down.
Straight ahead handoff, just going outside the left tackle, bounced it inside, bounced it outside, cut it up in between the numbers. And now you're at 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, so this gives 2nd and 4, actually. So now this is a lot of options that they could do here. They could go to a play action pass. I mean, you could hand the ball to Hardesty. He can rattle off 6 or 7 yards of carry.
You get 6 yards of carry any day of the week. That's perfect. 5 receivers set here. Receivers crashing inside. They're going to give it to Hardesty. Flag on the play. Hardesty runs outside the tackles, gets to the first down marker, down at the 54-yard line. I think there's going to be a holding penalty on that, though, Coach, because it looked like it was in the backfield, that flag there.
I think it's actually an offside.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, they jumped, but Hardesty, they'll decline the penalty because Hardesty's gain was more than that. Hardesty, once again, he went up the middle and then bounced it to the left and then headed straight up. But he
not penalty. First down, Okanagan.
Like you said, Coach, declined by the defense.
And Hardesty, once again, just making people miss, and not with great moves, just being, turning his shoulders and sliding through a gap at speed.
First down now for the Okanagan Sun on the 54-yard line, on their own 54, going left to right on the left-hand hash mark. Play action pass. Rolls out to the flats, throws it deep down the middle. Just an absolute laser, has his man. First down with a flag on the play in the Broncos backfield.
So I love that. Actually, that's something that the Sun hasn't done much of this year. With Kruger's actually a bootleg. He fakes the handoff to his right and then curled around to his left, and was looking down over the middle. And I think it was Choi who was running a pattern about 15 yards.
Face mask, number 36 on the defense. That 15 yards will be applied from the end of the play. First down.
So a huge penalty for the Kamloops Broncos. You can't take these penalties in this league especially against the Okanagan Sun.
You got your buddies there. When Choi made the catch, he had 3 guys around him. There's no sense for stray hand to get up there and grab a face mask. That doesn't make any sense.
First and 10 for the Sun. They're now going to be on the Broncos 29-yard line. Play action pass, gets a man in the flat, runs outside, makes a guy miss. And he's taken down after getting to the first down marker. That one completed to Tyler Craver.
That's a great, I always love that play to be able to, when you can run the ball the hardest, you've got the other running back in there who's lead blocking, and then you just slide him out into the flats over to the right. Puts a lot of pressure on that linebacker who's reading the run, and all of a sudden, here goes the receiver. Now he's in a chase position. Easy catch, easy first down.
So it's first and 10 in the Broncos red zone. Hardesty in the backfield. Kruger looks right, rolls out, throws it down the middle, has a man, incomplete. Almost has it, just a bit out of his hands there. Second down.
Kroger's looking and then rolling to his right. He's looking back over to the middle towards the goalpost and then towards the corner of the end zone. And I believe, was that Choi? I think it was. It's hard to see the numbers here, but he kind of stopped running and was going to settle there and then had to take off for it. And the ball was a little high, but he did get both hands on it. You got to make that catch.
Second down and 10. Okanagan Sun having trouble in the red zone tonight. Kruger alone in the backfield. Dumps it off to Hardesty. Hardesty makes a couple of guys miss before getting the first down, but is he in the end zone? No. First down, Sun. And now Kamloops is claiming that they've got the ball and that Hardesty fumbled.
And they did.
And they did. Kamloops gets the ball back. There is life in this team
A
from
little
the
screen
Caribou.
screen pass to Hardesty, gets into a crowd, and there's a whole bunch of people get in the middle of it, and then you see the football come rolling out the bottom. Can't really tell who was the one who caused that fumble, but Hardesty got into a pile, turned his back. He's a pretty smart running back. He's going to protect the football, so somebody on Kamloops made an extra effort to rip that ball out of his hands.
First and 10 for Kamloops. They are pinned again. This Okanagan Sun defense, extremely stout. Moberg has the ball, hands it off, nowhere to go, and he's taken down just before maybe getting a yard, but I think he's down in his own backfield, second down and long.
Well, they just from the little shotgun formation and handoff, but there was 4 Okanagan Sun players standing there waiting to wrap them up. There was not one of them was blocked.
Seven minutes to go in the first quarter, the Sun lead 2-0 here at the Apple Bowl. The Sun have been in the red zone twice now. It's Okanagan Sun football brought to you by Safeway. Kamloops snaps the ball, drops back, looks left, looks right, throws it down the right-hand side, has a man, incomplete. Well defended from the Okanagan Sun. And well defended again, that was Riley Easton. So the Sun defense forces another quick 2 and out.
Well, Ty Holmes was the intended receiver in that. He had a good game last week. I think he had 6 catches last week. Ran a crossing pattern, wide receiver on the right, just ran it around the first down yardage. But the defender got in there, knocked it down. Very good defensive play.
6:50 left here in the first quarter. Low punt, and he takes another knee, so it's another safety for the Okanagan Sun. We're going to take another 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football. The Sun lead 4-0. Yeah, not exactly the best start for the Okanagan Sun offense, but the defense really coming to play football tonight. They've DBs have been all over and clobbering guys.
There's a definite mismatch between the defensive line of the Sun and the offensive line of Kamloops. And Kamloops is going to have a tough time moving the ball this game. The Okanagan Sun are having a tough time inside the 10-yard line. It's 2 mistakes now that have cost them points.
It's first down for the Okanagan Sun on their own 35 going left to right. They're going to play action pass, throws it down the middle, has a man, and he makes a couple of guys miss, muscles his way to the first down marker. What a catch. That's Tyler Craver again.
A little hook pattern over the middle. Kroger had a couple of receivers on either side of him a little bit deeper, but Craver was right in the middle, and he just fired it into him. I like that play. It keeps the linebackers honest. It keeps them up tight, and then you can go throw over top of them later on.
As a linebacker, it's frustrating because there's not much you can do to defend a good button hook and a proper throw. It's up to your D-line to get in the way. First down, Sun going left to right. Kruger alone in the backfield, under pressure, sheds one man, throws it up the middle, and that is caught. First down, Okanagan Sun. Sam Famakinde again.
The last few games, Famakinde has really come into his own. He's been, where'd this guy come from?
He's so strong.
And running a pattern as a wide receiver on the right, coming across the field at around 15 yards. Kroger looking, and then gunned it into him. Threw it low. He was the only one who's going to be able to catch it down there.
Sun going left to right on the 49-yard line in the Kamloops Broncos territory. And Kruger again throws down the right side, has a man, it's Famakinde, and it's another first down.
This time Famakinde's run the out pattern instead of the in. Line up on the right side, run around the numbers, down 12 yards, cuts hard to his right, and then just kind of drifted to the sidelines. It's a long throw for Kroger to make from the middle of the field way over there to that side, but he put it right on the money. Easy first down.
5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The Okanagan Sun still haven't gotten a touchdown, but their defense getting all the scores, special teams, up 4-0 with 2 safeties. Kruger hands this one off to Hardesty. Hardesty runs outside, makes a couple of guys miss, cuts, and he's down just shy of the first down marker.
Starting to mix up the running plays, run inside, run to the short side this time. Hardesty out wide to the right, cuts it up. Got about 4 yards down the field before anybody made contact with him. Receivers were doing a pretty good job downfield of making blocks, and that allowed Hardesty to get about half the yards in. Well, actually needs about 2 yards.
Yeah, it's I mean, at this point, bring in Christos to get those 2 yards because that's what the Okanagan Sun are known for doing right now. And, all right, so 4 minutes to go here in the Apple Bowl. Sun's down. Everyone's in the shade now. Kruger with Hardesty in the backfield. Kruger looks to throw. Looks right, stumbles. Pump fakes, throws it down the right-hand side. It's a terrible throw, though, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Kamloops decides to take it out of the end zone, which is a terrible decision. It's fumbled and recovered by the Okanagan Sun at the 1-yard line, but we'll see what the refs call it. First down, Sun.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
And that's just that poor DB.
Oh.
When you catch the ball in the end zone, you just take a knee. Oh, I feel so bad for him. So it's first down, Sun on the 1.
Because Kroger was scrolling, and he just heaves it down the receiver, Troy, wasn't open. and then the defender makes the grab, and then you got to hang on to it, and that's just motivation. I don't know, who was that who ripped that out? Was that?
I thought it was Falconer, but
that was definitely Falconer who got in there, and he just ripped it out of his hands because the defensive back just did not have both hands on it. He got into a crowd.
And if I'm the coach of the head coach of the Sun, Travis Miller, right now, I'll say, just like we drew it up, right, guys?
Oh, this is a pretty good, entertaining midget game we got going on right now.
1st and 10, and they've got the jumbo offense in. Christos hands it off. Hardesty waltzes in there for a touchdown. The Sun are going to go up 10-0 here with 3:25 to go. We'll be back after another timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football, brought to you by CS Sprintmaster. Not what you want for the Kamloops Broncos. I mean, that's unfortunate. How do you well, it's fundamental football to take a knee in the end zone, is it not, Coach?
It is. He looked like he was a little confused as to what to do, and then try to run it out. Obviously, making an interception in an end zone is probably a new experience for him.
I'll tell you right now, Coach, if I made that play as a DB when I was in high school, I still probably would have done the same thing because I would have been excited. The extra point is good. The Okanagan Sun now go up 11-0. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150 NBCFC TV. The Okanagan Sun lead 11-0 here in the first quarter with 3:25 to go. After what is, I mean, that is a freak play where a DB makes the interception and then fumbles the football. You don't see that often.
Well, we've had a very interesting start to the game. We've had 2 safeties, 3 turnovers, 4 turnovers if you count a loss of
downs,
on downs. So 2 turnovers on the same play. What else we got?
And Kamloops electing not to take the ball at the 35. They're going to receive it. Atwood back to kick this one. All right, here we go. Now the Broncos offense hasn't had a chance to get the ball at least even past the 10-yard line, so we'll see what they can do with good field position. He gets to the 15, makes his way to the 20. No, he swallowed a hole at the 19.
One of the things that's important on a kickoff return is the players who are blocking have to see where the ball is when it's caught, and they've got to go back and start to turn to pick up their blocks. They can't be too far away from the guy who catches the ball because it just allows the defenders to go around them and get to the kicker, the kick returner, pardon me. And that's exactly what happened there. The Sun players made first contact with Kamloops guys, but they were so far away from the return man, then they swallowed them up when they got around their blocks.
1st and 10 for Kamloops. They're on their own 19. Flag on the play already.
I think that's a timeout.
Not a soul told me.
Yeah, I didn't see any flags, Coach, so.
I thought I heard the referee yell timeout.
Yeah. Okay, so the Sun took a quick timeout. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds on AM 1150. Yeah, it's Travis Miller not happy with something with Marcus Christos, or looks like Christos. Again, the brown jerseys are tough, I have to be honest.
It is. That's a defense coordinator, Jane Beattie. I think they had the wrong people out on the field.
Sorry, Travis. My bad.
They look similar.
From up here.
From up here, everybody looks the same.
All right, after the timeout, it's 1st and 10 for Kamloops from their own 19, going right to left on the right hash. Moberg in a quarterback. He drops back, under pressure, throws it. Oh, just can't get his mitts on it. In and out of Colton Michaels' hands. 2nd down.
Michaels was the inside receiver on the left. He was straight down the field, curled to the inside at around 12, 13 yards. He was right at 1st down yardage. The ball was outside of him. He got one arm on it and then couldn't get the other hand over to make the catch. It kind of bounced off his right arm, and he bobbled it a bit and then fell down. But you know, you gotta make those catches. If you can get your hands on it, you gotta be able to catch it. That's what you're out there for.
It's 11-0 Okanagan Sun here at the Apple Bowl. 2:43 to go in the first quarter. Broncos pinned deep. Moberg drops back, throws it down the right-hand side. Just nowhere to be found, and that one, Corey Jeeves, just was too far away, and now that'll bring up a punting situation for the Broncos.
Jeeves, say the inside receiver on the right, down 10, run to the sidelines. Ball was, he was open. He had a step on the defender, but it was just over top of him, too far. He couldn't get to it. Now it's punt time. So this will be the third time they've been in punt formation, but the first time they've actually had to punt it.
That's right. And that looks like Kaduya back to return this one almost at the 55. The refs are just about to blow the play in here. And it looks, okay, here we go. High snap, boots it, really sky-high kick. Gets this one at the 54. Stiff arms one defender, gets to the 50, down to the 40, at the 30, cuts inside to the 20, makes another block. Falconer still going. Falconer, no, fumbles at the, and we'll see if it's called a touchdown or not. Touchdown, son! Wow!
Wow. What a great stiff arm. Just
inches.
right in the face, and then cuts it to the down the right. He had tons of space, nobody around him, and then he gets inside the 10. He's dodging in and out. He gets down to the goal line, and he reaches out, and the ball didn't come loose, but he was over the line when the ball came loose. But
a game, when you say a game of inches, Coach, that's what we mean. I mean, that was seconds from disaster.
Yeah, but he was struggling to get to the line, but great blocking. But the initial straight arm on the first defender who came down to get him right in the, he just pushed him right in the face. And it was textbook.
The Okanagan Sun extra point is good. We're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's 17-0 Sun in the first quarter. I should say, sorry, 18-0 for the Okanagan Sun. And yeah, he wanted that. I mean, he spun and just dove into the end zone. That's the effort you want when you play teams in the prairies and out east.
When you run it all that distance, and the amount of space that he had as he was going to his right, you know, once he beat the first guy in his face, there was no contain, and he was gone.
We're back on AM 1150. The Okanagan Sun lead 18-0 with 1:44 to go here in the first quarter. Punt return touchdown.
I did ask for what else could happen. Well, now we've got a punt return touchdown.
Yeah, so now we've got the makings of a very weird scores going on. Two safeties, Hardesty touchdown, and now a Falconer return touchdown. Atwood back to kick it. Kind of a squib, almost an onside, and nope. They're just going to push that out of bounds. That's Colton Makel. He's a smart player. He knows what he's doing.
Play. That's a real smart play.
Yeah.
And you know, when you have a lead like that, but I think that's the Sun just trying to keep him off balance and try something. I like that kick. You chip it up high, and then it's just a foot race to go down there. Do that. When I played, we had that in our system with the Sun, but I was chipping it to Jay Christensen.
To be an onside kick.
Yeah, you chip it to Jay Christensen, and the other guy was Glenn Ennis. So we had a guy who played in the CFL, and Glenn Ennis was Canada's national rugby team captain for a long time. So I had some talent to chip it to it.
Just a little bit of talent.
Yeah, there was some good players.
All right, they're going to run the ball through the tackles, but the D-line takes him down in his own backfield. The Kamloops Broncos offensive line has no answer for this D-line now.
They're not a running offense. They didn't run the ball last week against Prince George because they got behind early.
You've got Jaquintus Summers, Jarvion Williams, Hunter Boltzma. I mean, these are big kids. Guys I would not want to be picking a fight with.
Yeah, there's some size difference there.
Moberg in the backfield. Low snap. Moberg looks to the left, has nobody open, dumps it off, incomplete before going down. Nearly sacked. That'll make it a quick 2-and-out for the Kamloops Broncos with 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Moberg's the Mo doesn't stand for mobility. He just drops back and he's looking straight. He's not moving out of that pocket at all. And there was just nobody open. So the pressure got in his face. He just backpedaled and then dumped it over the middle. Incomplete, third down.
Falconer back to return this one after getting a touchdown just a few minutes ago. 30 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. 18-0 for the Okanagan Sun. High snap, punted away, deep. So Falconer has to backpedal almost, and it's going to go down to the 15. Falconer's still going to return it. He's at the 15, cuts inside at the 20, spins down at the 22-yard line.
That was a great kick, but what that kick showed me was he's got tremendous leg strength.
Yeah, and that is Corey Jeeves.
Because it was an end-over-end kick. It was like a rugby ball almost.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a tight spiral. It was very little technique to it. He just pounded it.
Probably plays fullback in rugby.
Probably. But that,
And you know what? Kamloops is a good rugby town. I'm from Merritt, where we played a lot of rugby in Merritt and Kamloops, so it would make sense that they have rugby players on this team. Let's see how these teams would fare with no equipment. 0's on the clock, so this will be the last play of the first quarter. Hands it off to Hardesty. Hardesty cuts inside, and he's taken down after getting maybe 5 yards on the play, though. Still strong running from Hardesty.
strong running from Hardesty and a good surge from the offensive line.
But this O-line just gets gaps, so they just create holes. And that's every running back's dream, to have 5 yards in front of you. Every play.
Well, that's just it. He's not running in a crowd very often. And if he is running in a crowd, it's 5 or 6 or 7 yards down the field.
Now, I've seen teams with weaker defensive lines where they'll put, I'm not kidding, a smaller guy in at nose tackle just to create problems. Just to create problems for teams that have a good running game.
Well, if you're, from a defensive line point of view, if you're going to lose the battle of the wrestling match, then you've got to use quickness, and you've got to attack gaps, and you've got to come at it from different angles and stuff, and you can't just take these guys head on, or you're going to lose those battles. So Kamloops is probably going to have to shoot some gaps, throw a linebacker in there on a blitz every once in a while, just to try and get lucky, and maybe you blitz into the hole that the Sun are running into.
Second and 6 to start this second quarter. Sun lead 18-0 against Kamloops. Sundown here at the Apple Bowl. The lights are on. It's a beautiful night in Kelowna. Kruger alone in the backfield. Throws it down the middle. Has a man, but it's incomplete. So just short. Just short. That one looked like it was, I couldn't read the numbers. But they're going to send out their punt team now.
That was we're trying to see, he was running a seam pattern, Tyler Craver, and then he was open, but Kroger seemed to make up his mind too late to throw that and wasn't really set when he threw it and put the ball in the dirt.
Grady Hay back to punt this one. Interesting setup from the Broncos. They've got one guy at the 45, another at the 30. Hayes, just a line drive, sky high. Gonna get this one at the 35. Goes to the 40 before 4 jerseys get him. First down Broncos on their own 40, going left to right now.
As a former punter, that was beautiful to watch. that was a beautiful kick. Nice and tight spiral up there.
I love when punters have that spiral on the ball, though, and they kick it sky high, and they make the returner have to, because it's hard to gauge the higher it is, right?
It's a tough catch when it's coming down like that, but yeah, there's been a few times you kick when you go, dang.
Absolutely stressful. First and 10 on their own 41 now, 42 rather. They're going to hand this one off, and he's taken down in his own backfield. Second and long now for the Kamloops Broncos.
I don't think the Kamloops has any positive yards rushing so far today. I really don't think that they've been able to get a yard or two on any running play yet. But they're sticking with it.
Well, you can't just abandon the run too early.
No, you got to do what you do.
Second down and 12. Moberg back to throw, under pressure, throws it down the left side, has a man, and it's caught. Corey Jeeves just before the first down marker. They're not going to get the first down. They're about 2 yards short.
Well, Kamloops was finally able to give Moberg time, and Jeeves, who is one of the inside receivers on the left, straight down the field, head to the sidelines, Moberg put the ball right on the money. Jeeves made the catch, stepped out of bounds about 3 yards short.
Oh, it looks like we got a timeout here. Well, we're going to take another 30-second timeout here on AM 1150. We'll stay with you here on the broadcast on BCFC TV. We'll be right back. Yeah, 3rd and 3. They're going to go for it.
Might as well.
What do you do? Run a bubble screen, throw it to the flats. I mean, when you're under trouble, screens are good plays right now.
I'm hesitant to predict the play here, but they haven't run the ball. They're going to have to throw some kind of a pass, and whether they're going to move Moberg out of the pocket to do it. But
Big 3rd down here is what everyone likes to say. The Broncos going for it to 3rd and 3. 13:25 to go in the second quarter. Sun lead 18-0. Moberg behind, alone in the backfield. Drops back. He keeps. He runs up the middle. It's a draw, and he gets to the 50-yard line. First down and positive rushing yards for the Kamloops Broncos.
there's the mobility from Moberg.
Yeah.
I take that earlier statement back. He saw the sea parted in front of him there, and away he went. He just straight up the middle. There was nobody near him. Great big game.
Moses was with him on that play.
He
The
was-
D-line just whoosh. So
Absolutely, and that's
it's
really
because
heads-up play.
when the defensive line drops back into coverage, at least they're smart enough to say, look, you're not going to get that short throw on us, but
Yeah.
the draw, not much you can do against that. 1st and 10 now. Moberg under pressure, dumps it off, has a man, incomplete. Jeeves just gets absolutely pulverized there.
Jeeves coming, it's the inside receiver, heading out, but the ball was thrown, and it was
Sidney
Sun was,
Doye,
yeah, the Sun was playing in a zone defense there, so there was a defender just sitting right there, waiting for him, and got there as soon as the ball arrived.
Second and 10 now. 12:30 to go here in this second quarter. Broncos putting together a little bit of a drive here on the 50. Moberg under pressure. Throws it down the left side. Incomplete. Flag in the backfield, or flag in the defensive backfield. It looks like it could go against the Sun.
It's more than likely going to be something on the defense come from that far back, and especially when somebody who wasn't in the area the ball was thrown. Could be a holding.
Money on the defense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So a bit of a break for Kamloops here. Driving the football. That's is that the first penalty for the Okanagan Sun today?
I was just thinking that. Yes, it is.
Unbelievable.
I believe.
That's good. They're disciplined. 1st and 10 now. They're on their own on the Sun 40 going left to right for the Broncos here. Moberg alone in the backfield. One extra blocker in. Throws it down the left-hand side. Intercepted by the Okanagan Sun. He's at the 40. Makes his way to the 55, and he's down. First down, Sun.
Well, that's an example of a quarterback predetermining who he wants to throw the ball to, and he just threw it out to the receiver on the left.
And Mako is not the kind of guy to get picked off, but it was just underthrown.
Yeah, it was underthrown, and the defender was right there, but there was no reason to throw that football to that receiver because he was covered.
So 1st and 10 for the Okanagan Sun. They're going to be getting to work on the Kamloops 53-yard line. The Sun on the far side of the field, going right to left. 18-0 for the Sun. 11:36 to go here in the second quarter. Kruger hands it off to Hardesty. Hardesty runs outside, gets to the flats, jumps over a couple of guys, and gets to the first down marker. He leaped like a high jumper in the Olympics.
That was great. Well, it was designed to go inside. Hardesty just using his eyes, saw that that was not available, bounced it outside to his right, and he got to the 10 yards down the field, and the defender came up to take him low, and he just went up over the top of him.
He just jumped over Ivan Tong, and I think he jumped like 5 yards. So what's his long jump?
don't know. It wasn't Saquon. But
No, not Saquon. I don't
didn't
think-
do it backwards.
Which is still one of the wildest NFL plays I've ever seen next
Ever.
to Odell Beckham Jr.'s catch.
Ever.
First and 10 for the Sun. Pro set for the Sun, so there's two backs next to Kruger. Gonna hand it off to Hardesty. Hardesty runs off the tackle before taken down. He gets about 5-6 yards on the play. Flag in the backfield. And it looks like, well, Kruger's calling it against the Broncos, but
Hardesty once again, just running inside, slicing through, hitting the line of scrimmage on an angle.
We have unnecessary roughness, illegal chop block, number 37 on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down,
that's Mitch.
Okanagan.
That's Mitch Landry, and
I'd like to see that.
I can't really see the replay on it, so I can't really.
Because that's such a rare call
Yeah,
to see somebody intentionally on the defense.
but
taking
refs
somebody out low.
refs this season and last season have really been cutting down on chop block.
Oh, I see what it is. It was the lead blocker who came up in front of Hardesty, and the linebacker came up and chopped the running back, who was the lead blocker at the knees, and you can't do that.
No.
That's a safety issue.
Yeah. First and 10 for the Sun. Now they're on the Broncos 20. Kruger alone in the backfield. Quick screen pass. He gets his man. Makes two guys miss. He's at the 10, the 5. Oh, just shy of the goal line. First and goal, Sun.
Well, Craver was just a little screen pass, but I think Kruger bounced it off of the defender's hand, who put his hand up there to knock it down and got a piece of it, but it popped up in the air, and then Craver catches it and then turns it down the right sideline. It gets pushed out of bounds at about the 2. But that was very close to being batted away.
And Wayne Moore has got an update on out-of-town scoreboard here. Oh, we just missed it. I'm sorry.
Well, that was a big play with Craver making that catch on the tip from the defensive lineman who was on the right side or the left side of the Sun offensive line. And the ball just popped up in the air and landed right in Craver's hands, and he took it off for a great big run down the sidelines and out of bounds at the 2.
So it's first and goal for the Okanagan Sun. Out-of-town scoreboard, the West Shore Rebels beat the Langley Rams 52-6. No update in the Kodiaks VI Raiders score yet, but the Kodiaks were leading at the half. First and goal for the Sun, though. And we got Hardesty in the backfield. Kruger is staying in it. Or is that, I can't tell if that's Christos. No, it's Christos. Jet sweep, Falconer runs outside, gets in for a touchdown, Sun.
Using the wheels of Falconer, inside handoff. Away he goes around to the right. He came from the left in a motion to the left and went around to the right. And there was nobody out there. The Sun just walled it off, pushed everybody inside. I think the Kamloops might have been thinking that, it was going to be the Christo special. Plowed up the middle. They went wide on him, and all the Broncos were trapped inside. Easy touchdown.
And as the Okanagan Sun attempt the extra point, we're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football, brought to you by CS Printmaster. Yeah, and the kick is up. The kick is good. So that makes it 25-0 for the Okanagan Sun with 10:20 to go here in the half. Falconer having a game. Falconer having a game.
He's all over it today.
2 touchdowns.
It's what a strange game this one is. It's some
The Okanagan Sun
interesting
lead
plays.
25-0 here with 10:20 to go in the Apple Bowl. Kamloops visiting. Falconer with 2 touchdowns on the game, 1 special teams touchdown, 1 quick jet sweep on the goal line. And, you expect the ball to go to Christos. But very smart play calling from Travis Miller, knowing that the jet sweep works with Jordan Falconer's wheels. They're going to boot this one deep down. They're going to return this one on their own goal line. Makes his way to the 5, up to the 10, and he's just tripped up down at the 15, 16-yard line, first down.
Atwood's just pounding the football. He's constantly, when he wants to, he's getting it down inside the 5. And then with the speed that the Okanagan Sun have, by the time the returner gets the ball, gets up there, he's lucky to get, lucky to get 20 yards out of the return.
And I know these guys are young, but it's weird to say this. Atwood's a veteran kicker. He knows what he's doing. He's been he's well coached by Bill Long sometimes, but he's well coached by this
Not
team.
for a while. He was well coached a couple years ago. He does a lot on his own. He knows how to kick. He doesn't need any coaching.
1st and 10. Broncos pinned deep. They're going to hand this one off. Has a bit of room to run before the D-line swallows him whole. He gets about 2-3 yards on the play, 2nd and long now.
Just pound it up the middle. Kamloops has to just play basic fundamental football. So they're not going to win a shootout here. They've just got to move the ball, get some yardage. They've had success on a couple of the previous drives, moving the ball.
That's Grigorchuk in at running back, and I hope I'm saying it right for his family watching. You guys can always DM me at Radio Kepler on Instagram to tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I want to get your names right. 2nd down and 7. Moberg alone. Rolls out of the pocket. Looks down the field. Throws a bit of a wobbly one, but he has a man. Caught at the 50. 1st down Broncos.
What a play by Moberg. He's running to his right, his left, which is tough to throw when you're running to your left and you're right-handed. And he heaves it up.
And Jeeves got it. But
Jeeves makes the catch, and Moberg just got smashed after he threw that football.
That play could have just as easily been an interception, though.
Oh.
He kind of threw it up like it was a game of 500 up.
But he
Schoolyard football.
kept his focus, but say running to your left when you're right-handed, you've got to turn your shoulders square up, and then he was just a big target, and he got just demolished.
1st and 10 now for the Broncos. They're on their own 50, going left to right on the left hash. Moberg, play action pass. Oh, nearly picked off, but just batted down by the big, mean defensive line. 2nd down.
That was Williams who almost got an interception to go with one of his sacks.
Well, if Williams gets his hands on that, he's going straight to the house.
Oh, it's gone, yeah. Moberg trying a little bit of a sort of a half roll to his left, and didn't really seem committed on the throw that he made, but there wasn't really anybody open down there, so that batted down was probably the best result for Kamloops. I think anything he tried to force in might have been an interception.
2nd and 10 now. Kamloops down 25-0. Moberg looks to throw, under pressure, throws it down the middle. Intercept! No! What just happened? I don't know if it's caught or not, Coach. Incomplete.
Okay.
Sun defender gets his hands on it, but then it goes back into Kamloops' hands, and then he just can't get his hands on it.
I'm trying to who that was.
They're calling it a completion.
That was Makel. So Makel was the intended receiver. The ball's thrown over the middle.
They're calling that a completion.
Yeah, it was thrown over the middle, and the Sun defender got in there and grabbed it. Well, then Makel had a hand on it, so then they were batting with it and struggling with it, and now the ball bounced over into Makel's hands as they were playing tickle and slap with it. And next thing you know, it's a reception. But
what a strange plays.
Oh my goodness!
And they're going to go for it on 3rd down. Empty backfield. Moberg throws it deep down the right-hand side. He has Makel, but no. And there's a flag on the play. Pass interference likely on the Okanagan side.
As soon as he turned, he grabbed him by the hand, and the ball went up, and you can see that.
Oh,
Puts an arm on him, and there's the flag.
That's Fensky. So now the ref's discussing.
There was just a corner pattern that the receiver was running with Fensky in coverage. The receiver had a step on him, so he was kind of open, but the ball was thrown way too high. And so it just became a jump
Yard
ball.
penalty, 1st down.
All right, so a big 1st down. The local crowd looks like they don't like that call. Maybe they didn't see what we saw, because that was right in front of the Kamloops Broncos sideline. We have a pretty good view of it. 1st and 10 now. They're on the 40, going left to right in Sun territory. 25-0 for the Okanagan Sun with 7 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. They're going to hand this one off. He's got room to run. He gets about 8 yards on the carry there.
There we go.
Grigorchuk.
So now either they've seen something inside, but their persistence on running the football.
Sorry, that was Stockbrugger. My apologies. Owen Stockbrugger at running back. They have a good rotating running back core. 2nd and 3 here. On the 33. Empty backfield. Oh, muff snap, flags on the play. Ah, boy.
I think that's an offside.
Yeah, just a bad handoff too. Stockbrugger I don't think he expected the handoff.
On the defense, that 5-yard penalty will result into a first down, Kamloops.
Wow, what a break for Kamloops, because that play could have gone anywhere. And so it's an offside call against the Okanagan Sun.
Yeah, you go from a low snap, it bounced in there, bad handoff, and then
We've seen just about everything in this game so far, though, Coach.
well, there's 2 first downs on penalties.
Yeah. And a timeout's been called. So we're going to take another timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football, brought to you by KF Aeroflyer. They're the Sun Charter Airline. Six minutes and 20 to go here in the second frame. The Okanagan Sun leading 25-0 with with the Broncos driving the football. 2 penalties resulting in 2 first downs here. They're on the 28-yard line now. 1st and 10.
Well, they just had the defense over to the sidelines, and they had a little chat, and I think that their chat is revolving around focus and doing your job, whether you're up by 25 or not. You still got to do your job.
Yeah, you got to treat every series like it's zeros on the clock. Moberg alone in the backfield, under pressure. Can't get his arm around it. They're going to call it incomplete. Almost sacked from the defensive line, though.
Moberg dropped back, and then he settled in the pocket, and he stepped up to throw, and I think that was Williams who came around in from the backside and hit his arm just as his arm was going forward. And so it wasn't a fumble. It'll go down as an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
But Williams just did a little swim move on the left offensive tackle and just left him for dead at the goal line, or pretty much the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. Kamloops visiting the Okanagan Sun here. Moberg drops back. Throws it down the left-hand side. It's picked off by the Okanagan Sun! And he's wrestled down at the 30. First down, Sun.
You know, once again, it's the same thing. Moberg's just looking out there to the left nonstop. He was just looking at that receiver. Well, defenders will bait you.
And Sidney Adoye just played ball hawk in that situation. He was in zone. He just kind of waited for that ball to come, and then he just swoop.
Yeah, he was watching the quarterback's eyes the whole way, and as soon as he saw the quarterback didn't take his eyes off that receiver on the left-hand side, and as soon as the arm came back, he was gone. And once again, that's just a bad choice by the quarterback. But that's about the 3rd pass. 2 of them have been intercepted that way, and 1 was really close to being intercepted.
1st and 10 on their own 30. The Okanagan Sun have 2 backs, or pro set formation. Kruger hands it off. Hardesty runs outside, gets to the 50. He makes so many guys miss and gets a chunk play of 30 yards. First down.
Well, Hardesty, taking the ball inside the right, bouncing it out, but it was the blocking downfield. Like Falconer's downfield pushing blocks 30 yards downfield, and those are the guys.
I love receivers who can block.
As I've said before, receivers turn first downs into touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's their job.
That's why Jake Bobo is playing for the Seattle Seahawks right now. He can block. 1st and 10 for the Sun now. They're on the Broncos 50. Kruger, play action pass. It's a bit of a jailbreak screen almost. And there's a flag in the backfield. They get the first down, but we'll see if it gets called back.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So it was Tyler Craver who had the reception. However, holding penalty pushing the Sun back to replay first down.
Yeah, Craver came across the formation in the backfield, carried out into the flats. Kroger put it right on the money. They executed it just like it was drawn up, except for the holding part.
Yeah.
That's not on the play.
So it'll be 1st and 20 now. That's a good way to stymie a drive, is a holding penalty. That can really, really stall momentum for you guys. Going right to left. Sun leading 25-0. Empty backfield. Kruger drops back. He's got room to throw. He's got time. He runs out of the pocket. Looks right. No, he decides to keep. He's wrapped up. Big stop and a huge tackle from Kalen Berg. Stayed with the play.
Kalen Berg was very patient. He was working on the right offensive tackle, and Kroger had all day to throw. That's a coverage sack. I mean, he had nobody to throw to, but he had all day sitting there looking, didn't see anything he liked, so I thought he'd take off, and then Berg tracked him down, threw him for a loss.
And Gagafin had him blocked, but there's only so much you can do as an O-lineman. He had almost 9 seconds to throw, or it felt like an eternity anyways. 2nd and long, 2nd and 20 here, empty backfield. Kruger looks right, stops, throws it down the middle, has a man, it's caught! That'll be a first down, Sun. Wow, so a 20-yard throw caught by Tyler Craver.
He's having a game. Kroger looking downfield, just rolls a little bit to his right, moves out of the pocket to his right, and then stops and throws it back over the middle, which you're really not supposed to do, but he did because he put some force on it. And Craver was sitting there about 20 yards, exactly 22 yards down the field, getting first down, just curled it and just sat in the opening, and Kroger put it right in the money.
2:56 to go here in the second quarter. Sun lead 25-0. Yeah, Kruger's having a game, I think. Hardesty is. The offense is playing great today. Kruger drops back, dumps it off, has a man, spin move, and he gets a couple yards. That one was Ethan Bielo. And we have a downed lineman for the Kamloops Broncos. We'll take another 30-second timeout on AM 1150. We'll be back. It's Okanagan Sun Football, brought to you by Future West Solar.
Pizza under the tent near the front entrance, $10 for a pizza, and your choice of pop or water.
All right, it's good to see this. Kalen Berg standing up on his own feet, getting off the field now. I get gutted when I see guys get hurt. It's such a physical game, you know. Yeah. And he had such a great play on this drive as well, you know, holding the Sun to what could have been a 2-and-out with that first down coverage sack. And now, he looks like he just got a hit in the hip pretty good there. He took a bump. 2nd and 4. Sun on the 34-yard line. 2:30 to go here in the half. Kruger alone in the backfield. Looks left. Throws it down the left-hand side. He has a man. It's bobbled, though. Incomplete. Nearly picked off. It's like the ball is overinflated today because it just keeps bobbling today.
It's been a unique situation with the football, the way it's been bouncing around. I think that was Falconer who just ran the hook pattern. Got the first down yardage. He's the inside receiver to the left. Straight down the field. Turned hard to his inside. Kruger put it on the money and it just bounced right out of his hands. And then in him trying to get it again, he kind of knocked it up and get it up in the air and it looked like it was going to be picked off.
And the Sun are going to go for it here. It's 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 on the 24. Play action pass. Falconer gets it. Falconer alone, getting into the 10, the 5. Is he in for a touchdown? We'll see if the refs call it, but it looks like he's down at the 1. Touchdown, Sun!
Well, that's just athletic ability there. Falconer caught an innocuous little hitch pass over to on the left-hand side, and then just use athletic ability to just beat the defender who he left for dead.
Falconer is having a magical half. They're gonna make a documentary about this someday. Actually, they might. The Okanagan Sun have a documentary series going on right now. You can watch a few of them there at okanagansun.ca, put together by Underdog Media. Atwood back to kick this one, and it's 31-0. We'll see if the extra point is good. And the kick is up, and it is good. 32-0 for the Okanagan Sun with 2:16 to go here in the half. That was a huge third down play, though.
It was, and that was Travis challenging his offense to make that play, saying, we've got a big lead, but you guys need to get out there and prove something here.
And they did.
Yep.
But Falconer now has a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a special teams touchdown. Stick him on defense.
He needs an interception. That's right. He needs a pick six.
Then he's got it all. That's incredible. All right. 32-0 here at the Apple Bowl. Sun lead. 2:16 to go in the half. And Atwood hits a line drive down the left side. It's returned at the 4. He gets to the 10. Makes his way to the 15. Spins at the 20, and he's down. First down, Broncos.
Liam Atwood's got to be a little frustrated. He's not going to catch Christos in the scoring title if he's just kicking extra points. He's going to, Coach, I got to throw me in for some field goals here.
Well, but Christos doesn't have a touchdown yet. In that one formation we saw where generally they give it to Christos, they ran a jet sweep. And I love it. You've said this before, Coach, is you'll run a play in a game and you hope it works in a game like this because other teams will watch, and then you put together that formation. They're expecting one play and you give them another, and that really They're going to run this one up the middle. He's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now.
Well, the Sun defensive line showed up on that one, and they looked very similar to what they were early in the game. They tried to run inside, and there was just nothing there. There was literally 3 Sun defenders just swallowed them.
Yeah. Second and 10 now for the Broncos. Clock winding down. Moberg under pressure throws. Incomplete. That one intended for Colton Peterson to make a 3rd down, and they're going to send out their punt unit.
Peterson was the wide receiver on the right on the short side of the field, and he just ran a little slant pattern, so the inside receiver cleared everything out of here. Peterson comes across the middle, and the ball's a little low. Well covered. I mean, the coverage was there, so Moberg's been throwing to covered receivers and receivers he probably shouldn't throw to, but he hasn't really had a lot of choices to throw to.
No. And it looks like it's not Falconer back to return this one. It looks like it's Glenn Kaduya. He's got this one at the 50, cuts into the 55, and he's going to be taken down to the 45-yard line, and that was Halliburton back to return that one. So everyone's getting some reps on return as well.
I had one player who was a receiver years ago when I coached who really wanted to return punts. I said, okay. So we put him back there, he cut the punt, and he said, no, I don't want to ever do that again.
It's the scariest thing.
He was mortified. He said, no, coach, thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, I know, it's a different person that's going to go back there and return punts.
Special teams requires 12 of the craziest guys on the field,
Absolutely.
Both sides of the ball. 1st and 10 for the Sun. They're on the Broncos 45-yard line. Hardesty with Kruger. And Kruger's going to drop back. He's got time to throws it down the middle, has a man. And he gets close to the 1st down marker. That's Vincent Choi.
Choi running from the far side of the field and just coming underneath the pattern, so he's about 4 yards across the line of scrimmage. Kroger hits him on the run. I like that play because you get the ball into his hands, at only 3 or 4 yards, but give him some ability to get down the field. But Kamloops came up and made a really good tackle.
Yep. Shoestring tackle, right? Just wrap him up. 2nd and short. Give to Hardesty. Hardesty goes inside. He gets the first down, but he stumbles down to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10.
That's his shortest run of the day.
I think so.
There was some traffic for them there. He tried to the penetration in the backfield, and Hardesty had to jump to his right and then go back to his left and then tried to slide it outside. Managed to just barely get across for the first down.
Sun at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10, lead 32-0 with 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Kruger throws it down the right-hand side, has a guy in the flats, and he gets the first down. Does a little somersault.
Sven McKenday again, running the out pattern way on the far side of the field.
Actually, I shouldn't have said somersault, Coach. That's what we call an Aikido roll.
That's what it was, yes. And Sven McKenday, who was running the out 10 yards down the field. Great throw by Kruger, but he was open. The defenders were laid way off. They weren't that tight on him.
1st and 10 now for the Okanagan Sun. They're on the 20 now. 30 seconds left on the clock. Kruger rolls out the left-hand side. It's quick pitch to Hardesty, almost a reverse. Hardesty has room to run. Is he going to get in there? He's got a touchdown!
Oh, that's right out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. That was Mahomes flipping that one inside.
What a nice little pitch.
Yeah,
or
so
shovel pass, just
a little shuttle pass inside. So Kroger's looking downfield, looking to his left, rolling out all the receivers around the left, and then Hardesty just slides back in front of him, and he pitches it underhand, flips it to him, right in the middle of the line of scrimmage, essentially. And then he's hidden. Nobody can see him. By the time they see that Hardesty's got the ball, he's already outside and running to the far right.
And Atwood's back to kick another extra point. He's still staying in the race for the most points for the Sun. And it is good. So the Sun now lead 39-0 with 20 seconds left in the half. That was quite the play. I wish they'd show the replay of that one at the end of the game, because right now, between Falconer's Falconer's return for a touchdown and that one, those are my 2 favorite plays of the game so far.
That was really well done.
$20 seconds to go here in the half. This is Okanagan Sun football, brought to you by Future West Solar. Sun lead 39-0, 38. Atwood back to boot this one, and he's been hitting line drives all night tonight. And he kicks it down the left-hand side. Returned it to 10. Makes his way to the 15, to the 20, cuts outside, makes one guy miss, spins before being taken down at about the 30-yard line.
I thought they were going to kick it to the deep left. I was going, oh no, they haven't kicked over that corner. No, they kicked it the same spot. And I think he lost the football. So he spun out of the tackle as he ran across the field and over to the left side, and then spun out of it, the attempted tackle. But I think the football came flying forward, and another Bronco jumped on top of it. There we go. That's exactly what happened.
Well, that could have been on purpose. The Raiders like to do that in the 70s, or with John Madden.
Yeah. Advancing the football and a fumble in the final minutes of the game.
1st and 10 here for the Broncos. They're going to hand this one off. He's going to run up the middle. He's stuffed at about getting maybe 3 yards on the carry. That'll make it 2nd down. The clock will wind down to zeros here. It's about 8 seconds left, so they might get one more play off. Second and 7 here. Clock's at 0, so this will be the last play of the half. And they're going to hand this one off, and he's sacked in the backfield. Just absolutely swallowed whole by, I think that was.
Yeah, he was flying through the line of scrimmage.
So that's half. We will be back after the break with your halftime report. The Okanagan Sun lead 39-0 here at the Apple Bowl. The second half coming up, we'll have a second half report, or the halftime report for you, brought to you by Legacy Tire after this break.
Being an Okanagan Sun supporter isn't just about winning, it's about community. And at Future West Solar, they're proud to be able to provide homes in the Okanagan with clean, sustainable energy. Own your power with Future West Solar. Find out more at futurewestsolar.com.
At Beecroft Fuel Distributors, being a part of the community is their top priority. As proud supporters of youth sports like the Westside Warriors, Penticton Bees, and our own Okanagan Sun, they love to see the next generation competing at such high levels of athleticism. Did you know they also provide 100% of the fuel for every search and rescue operation in all 8 of their service communities at no charge? Beecroft Fuel Distributors, your community partner, family owned, locally run, and a proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun. BDFD.ca.
Fuel your adventures with Canco Petroleum in one-stop convenience. Grab a chillers or make it a screamer. And don't forget to scan your Canco cash card. Check out cancopetroleum.ca or download their app. Proud sponsors of your Okanagan Sun.
Yes, you can, Co.
Let's face it, moving and storage isn't as much fun as watching football. If you need to move or store your stuff, and you have lots of stuff, a Big Steel Box is a convenient and flexible solution. The team at Big Steel Box is on your side and is dedicated to providing an exceptional experience by reducing your effort and owning your problem. If you're looking for a moving and storage service that feels better, get started with Big Steel Box, proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
Hello, Kelowna. It's Michael J. from beautiful Big White Ski Resort. I've got a question for you. Have you ever seen Big White in the summertime? I think you'll be amazed with what supernatural British Columbia has to offer at 5,500 feet above sea level. The alpine flowers are out. You can ride the chairlift for only $15, and your dogs are free. Come and enjoy an ice cream this long weekend at beautiful Big White Ski Resort. All our details are online at bigwhite.com.
Come find us in Boundary Country.
Bronag Contracting gives back to our community. For the past 15 years, they've been a proud corporate sponsor of Okanagan Sun football. They're also proud to help underprivileged kids play organized sports. At Bronag Contracting, they specialize in commercial construction as a general contractor and project manager. If you need their expertise, get in touch. Bronag Contracting, proud to give back to the community and a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
When you're proud of your team, it shows. Candell Custom Homes is proud to support the Okanagan Sun football team and proud of their team who are passionately working on building your dream home, your forever home. Look into building with Candell Custom Homes, a boutique firm specializing in design builds. Upcoming projects include Lake Country Villas in the Lakestone area, where you could proudly own one of Candell's 24 executive Lakeview villas. See more at CandellCustomHomes.com. Chapman Mechanical Plumbing, HVAC, and Fire Protection is your full-service mechanical contractor for commercial, industrial, and institutional design and installation. Get started by visiting chapmanmechanical.ca, proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun.
Oh, sure, doing it yourself might save you money, or it might not. For new residential and light commercial plumbing and heating, CNC Plumbing and Heating are experienced, fast, and reliable. 3 things you're not. Ask them about hydronic in-floor heating.
I don't even know what that is.
That's okay. They do, and you're going to love it. CNC Plumbing and Heating, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Just call 250-878-3109 or visit cncplumbingandheating.com.
You already know Consolidated Supply for irrigation, landscape supplies, and clear water spas, but they're also your place to custom build a new or used club car golf cart to meet your specifications. Visit them today to get started and ask how you can enter to win a fully outfitted custom Flame Chaser club car onward in support of the Kelowna Professional Firefighters Charitable Society. Consolidated Supply, proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun, CTE.ca.
Elevate your construction and home improvement projects with Cooper Equipment Rentals. From compact tools to heavy machinery, they've got you covered. Come visit them at 1834 Byland Road in West Kelowna. Cooper Equipment Rentals, proudly Canadian since 1972.
You name it, they frame it. Distinct Framing specializes in wood framing services for multifamily residential construction, including off-site prefab wall panels and floor cassettes, with quality that's unmatched because they're distinct. Visit distinctframing.ca, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
Get ready for fun at the Coda Sports Bar and Grill. Enjoy the coldest beer, the hottest dishwasher, and #1 beef dip in town.
Hey, what did you call me?
Not you, the sandwich. Oh yeah, and Dakota's host live comedy every week, including open mic Thursdays, as well as stand-up every Friday and Saturday night. Dakota's Sports Bar and Grill, where good times unite. Proud sponsor of Okanagan Sun Football. Find your next funny fix at KelownaComedy.ca.
Emery Formworks is your leader for concrete formwork in Kelowna. As one of the only locally owned and operated companies providing high-rise concrete formwork, they're hard-working and a proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun. Visit them at emery.ca.
At Eurock Interiors, they're a drywall company by choice, not by price. Count on Eurock for all your commercial and residential projects. From
34-yard catch, and he worked for all of them. He's been playing outstanding. But we got to bring up Garrett Hardesty because he has 108 yards rushing, and the total yards rushing for the team is 115. So 108 yards versus Kamloops 18 yards rushing. So it hasn't even been close.
No, it hasn't been close. There's a mismatch there on the offensive and defensive line. So it's a matter of, for the Sun, they're going to see a lot of their backups, their second stringers coming in the second half, but they still have to play well, and they have to execute, and they have to play the game, just like last week against Chilliwack, where they got in there. They still have to play and do positive things, but I'm not sure exactly what Kamloops can do to even score.
The hard part for them too, for Kamloops, is that they're a smaller team. It's just you can see it when they go big on big, when the Okanagan Sun can get their offensive line is creating multiple holes on every play. Hardesty has 5 yards to run on every play, just about. And they only have 3 completions offensively. So it's been a tough game. I do want to bring up, though, the Okanagan Sun, again, they got to stop taking penalties. They had 4 for 50 yards today in the first half. And you're on pace for 100 yards in penalties. That's going to kill you against a big team like the West Shore Rebels.
Well, yeah, the penalties have been out of the ordinary so far this season. They haven't had an unnecessary roughness penalty called on them, but they had a pass interference penalty that there's no need to do it on the play that gave Kamloops a first down. Then an offside that gave them a first down. So, as I've said before, sometimes it's not what you get for a penalty, it's when you get it.
Right.
And so those penalties were all they were back-to-back on the same drive and gave Kamloops 40 yards. So they go down as, certain yardage for the penalties, but they end up being more yardage because now all of a sudden Kamloops had a chance to score.
Well, I mean, we're going to probably see a bunch of second stringers coming for the Okanagan Sun. Kamloops is in game management mode. They're just going to try and do their best to keep this one at bay. Let's look out of town, though. Right now, the Kodiaks and Raiders are headed into the fourth quarter of that game. Kodiaks are visiting the Raiders. Kodiaks came back to take the lead 15-14 at the half. Now the Raiders did score, so the Raiders are leading 19-15 heading into the fourth quarter with that one. That's an exciting game, especially for both teams because they're jockeying for position. They both want to be in third or fourth to get their way into the BCFC playoffs. I mean, we're midway through the season, and it's an absolute dogfight when you look at the mid teams, right? So that'll be one we'll be watching throughout the rest of the evening. Again, West Shore beat Langley, so West Shore remains 1 win behind the Okanagan Sun, and West Shore comes back on the 13th, and that's going to be a huge game. They're going to be here in Kelowna on September 13th. I think everyone's going to want to come out to that game.
People need to come to that game.
Yeah.
That one's going to have fireworks. I mean, and it really is a coin toss between those two teams.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of talent. West Shore has a lot of talent at quarterback and at receiver.
Zion Brown is the leading receiver in the league, and it shows.
Far.
All right. Well, that's your halftime report brought to you by Future West Solar. We'll be back in 5 minutes for the second half. The Okanagan Sun lead 39-0 here at the Apple Bowl.
They can't fix your kids, but they can repair your vehicle. Visit insistonscsn.com. CSN Collision, your summer co-pilot.
Quick, those enemy agents are right behind us with their laser cannon. Jump in. Oh, just a sec.
You were too busy to take the car into Mr. Lube and have it repaired, weren't you?
But I...
Mr. Lube is the name everyone trusts for tires and oil. And they can be trusted with all your mechanical repairs, too. Plus, it won't cost you $1 billion. You should have gone there, but no, you were too busy.
Busy? There's no appointment needed for an assessment at Mr. Lube on Underhill across from the keg at McCurdy Corner. Mr. Lube, ready when you are.
Turn the heat up and turn the TV off. It's summer, which means it's time to get outdoors, but not before you visit CSN Collision. From the mountain to the beach, no matter how you get there, CSN Collision will keep your vehicle road ready this summer. Enjoy carefree summer cruising wherever the road takes your next adventure. Visit insistonscsn.com to find your nearest location. CSN Collision, your summer co-pilot.
Oh no, what the heck?
Turn to your nearest Mr. Lube for mechanical repair assessments with no appointment needed.
Check engine light. What's that mean?
Turn to your nearest Mr. Lube for mechanical repair assessments with no appointment needed.
Mr. Lube is the name you trust for tires and oil, and they can be trusted for all your mechanical repairs too. On Underhill across from the keg and at McCurdy Corner. Mr. Lube, ready when you are.
Come out a winner when you shop Orchard Ford. They've been the #1 retail Ford dealer in BC for 12 consecutive years and are rated #1 in customer satisfaction for both sales and service. So you can rest assured they take the fear out of buying a new or new-to-you car, truck, or SUV. With an award-winning lineup of gas, diesel, and electric vehicles, you'll always win when you shop family-owned and operated Orchard Ford. Visit them across from Scandia on Highway 97 or at orchardford.com.
The perfect summer. An outdoor grill. Food for any summer event, celebration, or just because you're hot and hungry. Fashions to keep you cool, whatever the weather. Let Orchard Plaza get you ready with everything you need for those perfect and not so perfect summer days.
Orchard Plaza, the perfect fit for you.
On Cooper Road.
Did you see all the big colorful ads at the airport?
Yep. Pattison Outdoor does them. Plus all the billboards we keep passing.
Let Pattison Outdoor Advertising help your business reach 2 million plus annual passengers at Kelowna International Airport. Or upload different offers when you want on Pattison Outdoor's digital superboards.
I think I have an idea to help our business grow.
Position your brand, business, and products in big, bold, creative ways with PattisonOutdoor.com. Proud to support the Okanagan Sun.
Are you tired of feeling exhausted, dealing with nagging pain, or struggling to reach your full potential? The Recovery Spa is your ultimate destination for health and wellness and the go-to recovery spot for the Okanagan Sun players. Their expert services are for anyone looking for vitality and peak performance. Visit them today and ask about Novathor red light therapy. All you do is lay down, relax, and enjoy the benefits. Give your body and mind some TLC at therecoveryspa.ca or find them in Pandosy Village.
Rona is a proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun and a strong community supporter. They're ready to help you tackle every project you've got. Think Rona for every job, from renovating the house to upgrading the bathroom. Whether it's a huge undertaking or just a small fix-up, they have the products, the prices, and the expertise you need to get the job done right. Visit Rona.ca and tackle every project with Rona, doing it right. 1711 Springfield Road, proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun.
And we're back at the Apple Bowl. The Sun lead 39-0 here at the start of the second half. Captains made their way out, and it looks like the Sun will be kicking away because the Kamloops Broncos deferred at the beginning of the game. It's Okanagan Sun football brought to you by Valley Motorsports. I'm Stephen Kepler. Joining me is Coach Bill Long. And Bill, do you think Kamloops can get at least 5 first downs in the second half? Because they're probably thinking about the small things first. Get first downs. Get small plays, happy plays.
If they're patient, they haven't shown the ability to be able to throw the ball 20 yards down the field. So take the underneath stuff, take what the Sun give you. The Okanagan Sun are going to play pretty soft on defense. They're going to let Kamloops do underneath all day.
Right. And the kick is away, booted to the left side of the field. Kamloops gets it at the 10, makes his way to the 15, up to the 20. Now he's under pressure, gets through traffic, though. Makes his way to the 43-yard line. First down, Kamloops with a great return.
The best return they've had all night because they were, as I mentioned earlier, the distance between the ball carrier and the blockers was not too great. So the blockers were able to engage with the Okanagan Sun coverage team, and then the return guy could just slide in between and find some space in there. So that was nicely executed.
1st and 10 for the Broncos. They got Moberg in at quarterback still. Been rotating at halfback as well. They're going to hand this one off. He has room to run. Cuts his way outside, gets through a few guys, gets about 7 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3.
Simple handoff. The running back was a couple of yards behind Moberg and took the ball at speed and then just straight up the middle. There's a little bit of a seam there. He's not really big, and one hand got on him and spun him around. But an excellent result for first down.
Yeah, so Grigorchuk's been pretty good for Kamloops for the past few seasons as well. 2nd and 2. 2 backs now behind Moberg. They're going to hand it off again. He's swallowed up in the backfield. He still keeps going, but that'll make it 3rd and 2. So that you go for it here. I don't think they're sending out their punt team, so it'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, you have a point to prove. You're trying to move the ball. You're gonna try and get the first downs. He got swallowed up with the late handoff deep in the backfield. The defenders just pinched in on it. I mean, it's only a yard, so yeah.
And in the CJFL, gaining 1 yard is a lot easier because they got to line up off 1 yard. All right, 3rd down. Going right to left. Moberg hands it off. Runs up the middle. He's swallowed whole. Hold on, can he get there? No, Jeeves can't. And that'll be a 2-3 and out. Turnover on downs. The Okanagan Sun get the football back.
You know, it's one of the things that, because offenses are limited in their formations, that quarterbacks don't come up behind the center anymore. They line up in that little shotgun formation. You've got a yard to make. Why are you giving the ball to somebody who's standing 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage? So now he's got to go 6 yards to get that 1 yard.
Right.
Just get up there, take the snap, and just sneak it over. I mean, it's not pretty, but it works.
It does.
A brotherly shove.
Well, hold on a second. Okay, good. The chain gang got it. I was confused for a second. First down for the Sun. And the refs are blowing the whistles again. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, we've got a down player for, looks like a cramp. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout on AM 1150. We'll be back. The Okanagan Sun lead at the Apple Bowl with 12:57 to go here in the third quarter. In this heat, guys cramp up so easily, right? I mean,
They do.
we're going to see a lot of this in the second half.
It's some guys cramp up easier than others, but it's a matter of not so much hydrating during the game, but what were you doing prior to the game?
Yeah.
You know, you got to be drinking all day long.
Well, I've seen LeBron James have more cramps than any other player ever in history, so in the NBA,
There you go.
it can happen to anyone. First and 10 for the Sun. Kruger drops back, hands it off. He has nowhere to go, runs backwards, runs out to the flats, gets past the first, gets to the first down marker. Hardesty makes something of nothing there.
Well, an inside handoff to Hardesty, and that was the first time that Kamloops has had some really good penetration by their defensive line and forced Hardesty to fend off a defender with a straight arm and then bounce it out to the right and then just use his wheels to get the corner. Of course, the defense sees that play go inside, and so they collapse down in on it, and then Hardesty just uses speed to get around the outside. But the initial surge by Kamloops was great.
Inside handoff again. Hardesty has room to go, powers his way through. Just shy of the first down marker this time, but it's 19 yards rushing to start the second half.
Well, this is what the Sun need to do. Just keep running the football, move the clock, move it down the field, use up some time, and away we go.
Now the next big game for the Okanagan Sun will be a home game as they face the West Shore Rebels. Quick handoff to the right-hand side, runs out to the flats, has room to go. Another first down. So Hardesty's just running all over this Kamloops Broncos defense now.
Well, he's untouched for 8 yards, so the offensive line is just having their way for most of the play, especially if they go outside. Inside, the Kamloops have been a little bit tougher this year, but when they get outside, no, it's there's nobody out there to catch them.
And that's right. The Okanagan Sun will be taking on Prince George Kodiaks next week in Prince George. So they got to make the long trip up to Prince George. Kruger. Play action pass. Rolls out to the flats. Bootleg. Throws it down the left side. Has a man. And it's caught. Just shy of the touch. Just shy of the end zone.
Kruger bootleg again. They ran this play in the first half. Kruger faked the handoff right, rolls out to his left. And I think it was Choi who was running the out pattern, caught it on about the 3-yard line. He's down.
And we're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150 as there's a down football player. We'll be back in 30 seconds. He's walking off the field. He's fine. Oh, no. He's still down. My apologies. Nope. Now he's up. And Christos is going in at QB here. Because it's a short yardage situation.
It's a short yardage situation, and he knows that Atwood scored 5 points today to tie him for the scoring lead. So he's got to get in there. He's obviously put a 20 in the coach's back pocket to get up there and score some points here.
Sun lead 39-0 here. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Sun driving the football now. It's first and goal with 4 or 5 yards, 3 yards to go. Christos in at quarterback. And it just shows that they're going to go with that 4 jumbo set. And, last time they gave us a look where Falconer ran the jet sweep, and we had never seen that yet this season. So now teams can't just assume that Christos is going to run the ball. Now it looks like Travis Miller is putting together a lot more looks with this offense. We saw this set last year a lot with LL Yanoa in a Wildcat. And this time now, you've got a guy who can throw the ball, pitch the ball. It's a very deadly and effective way to play football. I really like it.
Well, you always have to give it, the defense fits by having them try and guess what you're doing. And offensively, if you get a defense to the point where they're guessing what you're going to run, you're going to win.
And it looks like that player's off the field, so they're going to resume play now. Refs whistle the play back in here. First and goal for the Okanagan Sun. Jumbo set with Christos in a quarterback. Guys in motion. Christos hands it off to Hardesty. Hardesty runs in, and that'll be a touchdown. So the Okanagan Sun go up to 45-0 now here in the third quarter.
Well, reverse handoff. Christos turns around. Hardesty going to the left. The offensive line had the Kamloops defensive line 2 yards deep in the end zone, so that was an easy score.
And Atwood back to kick this one. So it's Hardesty who got the points, not Christos.
So this is for the scoring lead.
Just going to say, you're probably the only person following this one. The kick is up. The kick is good. 46-0 here for the Okanagan Sun. And that one hits the backboard or the scoreboard.
I love that.
And I think Atwood wrecked a couple of bulbs in the scoreboard now.
Probably.
Because it's supposed to say 10:42 left in the half, or left in the third quarter, and it says 10. See, look, they're cutting to it now on the screen. Coach, look at the screen. Oh, my goodness. Atwood hit the scoreboard.
So, as I said before, I coached Liam's dad 30 years ago, and I said to Jason Atwood, I said, Jason, when you're kicking extra points, I want you to hit that scoreboard. Because you're not kicking a 10-yarder, you're kicking it just like a 45 or a 50-yarder. Hit it just as hard.
I'm hoping the city of Kelowna's not listening, because they might send you a bill.
Well, Jason was pretty happy because he kicked it over the scoreboard one time, and he was so pumped that he did that. I cleared the scoreboard, Coach.
45-0 for the Okanagan Sun. Atwood boots this one down the left-hand side, spinning kick. Caught at the 15, though. Makes his way to the 20, cuts inside of the 30. He's stopped at the 34-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 Broncos.
I'm waiting for Kamloops to run a reverse or something off these kicks. Just have some fun up there.
Well,
run a play.
What did the Rams do against the Seahawks one year? I think it was back in 2012, or it might have been 2015. Seahawks kicked it to the Rams, and one of the Rams players just pretended to catch it. Meanwhile, the other guy, it was just had to do with the shadows. This was in St. Louis, we're talking here. He managed to make it look like he caught the ball, but the ball was caught way on the other side of the field, but the entire kicking team didn't notice, and he just rocked it in for a touchdown.
Because the guys going down the field, they're not looking at the football. They're looking at where the return team's going. At the return team on that play that you mentioned, it was a cue. Whichever side the ball is kicked to, you're going the opposite way. And so it's kicked right, and they all ran to the right, and the whole Seattle team thought that it was going right. Nope, it went left. So Kamloops just needs to come up with some creativity here, I think.
We have a down player on the field. We're going to take another 30-second timeout on AM 1150. We'll be right back. It's Okanagan Sun Football brought to you by Valley Motorsports. Sun lead 46-0 here. 10:35 to go in the third quarter. The down player with the Kamloops Broncos. Trainers out to help him. It looks like he's going to come up, but it's in the heat. This is the tough part. Is You can tell guys to drink water all day long, but even I wouldn't listen that much.
No.
And I try to, but it's one of those things. And we're going to take, you know what, we're going to take another timeout on AM 1150. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Unfortunately, I didn't see what happened to Colton Peterson on the play, but it appears that he's up and he's moving, which is good news. It's Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150 and on BCFC TV. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Stephen Kepler. With me is Coach Bill Long, and he's up and moving, which is good news. At this point in the game, it's tough. Guys get hurt, they play hurt, and they could have a nagging injury halfway through the season. The Okanagan Sun have the luxury of benching a few guys just to give them some rest, like Grayson Statham's not in the lineup today. But it appears he's moving, his legs are working, that's good news, but yeah, I just hate to see it. Gonna take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard to see what happened in the Kamloops or Prince George Kodiak's game. Wow. And the Kodiaks come back to win it. The Kodiaks won 22-19 against the VI Raiders, hanging on to third place.
That's awesome.
I
love the fact that they came back in the second half. They hung on in the second half.
They did. Ball snapped. Under pressure, he's sacked. That looks like it was a group sack. There was a couple of guys in on that one. Moberg getting hit.
Well, Moberg took the snap, was looking deep right, and then he stepped up and he was getting ready to let it go, and boom, down he went.
That's Pickering, I think, who got that one. So that'll make it 2nd and 15. So 2nd and long now. From Atwood hitting the score clock, or the scoreboard, we can't really tell how much time is left in the quarter. It's 9:37. Okay, so a couple of bulbs still work here. Moberg, under pressure, throws it down the middle, deep! Oh, nearly intercepted to make a 3rd down. He threw that one far.
It's the nicest throw he's made as far as being able to get some air on it, a nice tight spiral, but
there was 3 Okanagan Sun players near that.
That was a hope and a prayer. Because there was more brown shirts than white shirts by far.
There sure was.
There's the post pattern down the middle, down the left-hand side, and Moberg looking deep left and let her fly. So you got to do that once in a while. But I would, if you ran that same thing but ran the player to a corner where you throw it to the space where it's not going to get picked off. You just throw it to the field and let the receiver run under it.
High snap, but he still gets his hands on it. Jeeves boots it down the right-hand side. Nice line drive. Bounces inbound, stays in, gets it to the 40, down to the 45. Yeah, he gets a few yards before going out of bounds at the 55-yard line. 1st down, Sun.
So earlier he made a comment about rugby and the way Jeeves kicks the ball because he doesn't have the
Looked like
football
he was doing
punting
a drop
form.
kick.
Well, the snap was high and to the right, so he took that, and then that carry made him go to the right, so he just started running that to the right. He absolutely looked like a rugby fullback on that play. He was running to the right, drops it, hammers it. It's an end-over-end kick, just hits it. So, he's played some rugby in his day.
1st and 10 for the Sun. They're on their own 54. Hands it off to Hart. No, it's a keeper. He runs outside, cuts inside. Ooh, he's smacked. Gets about 7 yards on the play.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious here that the rivalry between Atwood and Christos is significant. I think that there's an undercurrent going on here that this is Christos taking the ball. He says, I'm going to score. He says, I got to score.
Well, Christos is a good QB, and I don't know how old he is, if he's got a couple more seasons in him with the Okanagan Sun, but can't wait to see what his future looks like with this team. Liam Kruger's the guy, we know that, but he's pretty good. They're going to hand this one off in the inside. He gets the 1st down. and move the chains for the Okanagan Sun.
Handoff deep in the backfield, but by the time, I think it was Bilo who got straight up the middle, and the first Kamloops defender didn't hit him until he was already past the first down mark. So once again, the offensive line of the Sun doing a very good job of just pushing the white shirts out of the way and getting them on roller skates.
1st and 10 for the Sun. They're on Kamloops 45, going left to right on the right hash mark. 46-0 here for the Sun. Refs blow the whistle. And another timeout was called. So the Okanagan Sun called a timeout there. This is Okanagan Sun football, brought to you by Global Broadband. I just want to remind you, there is a really good documentary on the Okanagan Sun. It's called Forged by the Sun. You can check it out at okanagansun.ca. The 2nd episode just went live last week. Kind of follows them, and it kind of peels the curtain away, shows you what it's like to play for this football team. There's actually some really good clips of Travis Miller just getting his team settled. I kind of like it. I like how there's all these documentaries now, though. I mean, I feel like it all started with the Formula One Drive to Survive, and now everyone's doing it. You see it in. I can't wait for badminton to get a documentary, because every sport, you got full swing, you got full speed, you've got the SEC football one which is really good. There's a Cowboys documentary.
Well, if we ever see one on pickleball, we'll know that the end times are upon us.
Oh boy, 1st and 10 for the Sun. They're going to hand this one off. No, it's play action. Christos throws it out to the flats. It's incomplete. And it won't matter if it was completed because he's still down.
Same play they've run earlier. Quarterback taking the snap, looking to his right, the handoff, and then rolls out to his left. And just can't quite get it to him.
It's hard to throw on the run.
It really is. People think it's easy. No, because you got to set. You got to turn your shoulders square. You can get away with it if you've got a strong enough arm, but most quarterbacks don't.
2nd and 10 now. Christos now in for Kruger. Christos alone in the backfield. Rolls out to the right-hand side, out of the pocket, throws it down the right-hand side, has a man, it's caught! Ty Walker takes it in, and it's a touchdown, Sun! 52-0, Ty Walker.
Beautiful
with
pass.
a 45-50-yard touchdown.
Beautiful pass by Christo. Nobody in the backfield but him, takes a snap, so rolls out to his right, and then a real quick release. Flips it over top of the defender. Walker's running it out, maybe about 15 yards down the field, but he catches it on full speed, turns it down the sidelines. Nobody comes even close to touching him.
And I'm not sure what kind of coverage the defense was running, because it looks like Dexter Malo was pulled out of coverage there to try and make the play, but Christos kind of just threw a duck over those 2 defenders. And the extra point is good, and he does not hit the scoreboard this time. 53-0 for the Okanagan Sun. 6:27 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to take another 30-second timeout on AM 1150, but we'll be right back. All right, 6:27 to go. We're here at the Apple Bowl, and the Okanagan Sun now leads 53-0. And Atwood's going to kick this one down the left-hand side. They're going to return this at the 15. He makes his way to the 20, cuts outside, back inside, through traffic, down at the 31-32 yard line. 1st down, Broncos.
Well, the Broncos have had a lot of chance to return kicks, and all of their kick returns have looked almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're very, very similar in the where the ball is kicked and the return and the result.
It's Brandon Vankenet, or Van Koffnet. I hope I'm saying it right. I apologize, Brandon, if you're listening or watching later. They're going to run the football into traffic, and he gets maybe 3 yards on the carry, second down.
There was a little bit of a gap as he took the handoff inside, just inside the right tackle, bounced it back to his left. There's a little seam, but can't quite see who that was who made the tackle, but they tracked him down. But you know, that's the speed of the Okanagan Suns defense to be able to fill those gaps. But there was a little bit of a seam there.
Second down and long. 7 yards to go here. They're on their own 34. 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Drops back, under pressure, rolls out of the pocket. He's still got 4 jerseys chasing him. He throws it, and that one incomplete. Intended for Nick Mason to make it third down.
And Mason was the receiver running it out and over running for his life. Got some. He managed to get some heat on that ball.
That was actually Cruz King, not Mason. I misread the jersey.
Okay.
Cool name, Cruz King. It's like Quinn Newcomb for the Prince George Kodiaks. Speaking of Kodiaks, they just won tonight against the Vancouver Island Raiders, so they're going to be very happy taking that long trip home back at the Prince George with a win.
Yeah, that is a long trip. We'll have to...
High snap. Jeeves waits to kick it. Line drive down the middle. An absolute rugby kick, but they're going to get this at the 35. Cuts inside of the 40. Goes back to the 35 to get more room to run. And he's going to get to the 50. Down to the 55. Cuts inside. Keeps moving. He's got room to run. He's got open field. The Okanagan Sun might have another one. Glenn Kaduya. He's alone. He's got one more man to beat. He cuts inside. Oh, and he's down. Oh, what a run. He's got no gas left in the tank after that run.
You know, he headed up, he bounced it outside to the right, beat a couple of people on the edge, and then cuts it back, and now he's going back over to the left. So I think if he actually measured this distance, he ran
100 yards?
Oh, easily. Easily.
Yeah, you just watch him when he's down. He is exhausted like a starfish.
and Jeeves, the punter, was standing there, and he just ran into the punter.
Yeah.
He just was like, I'm tired.
I almost wonder if he kept going outside, he would probably gone an extra 5 to 7 yards on that. But
he had no legs.
He tried to cut inside. You could see his legs, his knees almost buckle on him there. But he looks exhausted.
They're going to get him some oxygen on the sidelines.
Excellent run from Kaduya, though. And his teammates giving it. Okay, so they got that jumbo set again. Christos in a quarterback. One wide out. All alone. Christos throws, gets his man in the flats. He's at the 5, cuts inside for a touchdown, Sun!
Well, out of that formation, the fake the handoff. The running back, he just slides out into the backfield.
And that's Parker Scott. That's a linebacker for the Okanagan Sun. That's probably his first touchdown in his career.
It probably is. But he goes in as the lead blocker on that, and then he just slides out into the flats, and there's no linebacker able to go out there and cover him because they're all looking at the play action on the inside. I think of the receiver downfield, I think it might have been Van McKenday made a block.
This jumbo set from the Sun, we've seen so many looks from it today that defending it is going to become near impossible. It's a wildcat jumbo, really.
Yeah.
But then you've got Christos who can throw the ball. That makes it 60-0 for the Okanagan Sun here in the third quarter. You got to feel for the Broncos right now. Some of these guys probably just want to get on the bus and go home.
I think some already did, actually.
I feel for them. And if there's Broncos families watching, they're trying their best. That's all you can ask for. But this Okanagan Sun team is putting on a clinic today.
Yeah, they're playing very, very well, and they've made mistakes. As they, earlier we're thinking of how can a team have such a big lead with as many mistakes as they made earlier in the game. But there's just a difference in athlete.
And the kick is away. Broncos are going to return this one at the 10. And they're going to run the same return they've ran all day, and he swallowed whole at the 22-yard line because the Sun saw it coming.
Shocking.
That's where I'm going to criticize coaching a little bit for the Broncos, because if something's not working with return, try something new. This is the time to do it, because
run a reverse.
Do something.
You know, throw the big lateral pass.
Oh, what was the Music City?
Music City Miracle.
Thank you.
There you go.
Where they just kept going and going.
Yeah.
You see that in college, but it's really hard to. There's a lot of guys who play football at this age in Canada. They're really good. These kids are good football players, every single one of them. But some of them just don't have hands. Moberg drops back to pass. He's under pressure. Throws it down the middle. Nearly picked off. Tipped. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, you know, Moberg really hasn't had much help from his receivers in the sense that they just can't get open. And so he's made some decisions to throw to receivers that were covered. Well, they were all covered. So he's just trying to get it to somebody and make it happen. But that one was a little high. The receiver was dragging over from the left, coming across the middle. And, you know, the classic defense, the tip drill that you run. And you go to the ball, and it fell to the ground.
But the ball has been bouncing a lot up lately. It's been an interesting game that way. I rarely see it this much. Alone in the backfield is Moberg. Moberg looks left, throws it down the left-hand side. Has a man wide open. He gets it. He's at the 40. He's wrapped up and stopped at the 55. First down and a great catch from Dufort.
Well, Dufort, a break in coverage because there's nobody around him. But
and that was Fensky who got beat, and Fensky's no slouch.
As soon as he's running a corner pattern, he's wide open and he gets caught. So he makes the catch, and then as he's turning down the field, the first thing he does is he's looking at the defender who was chasing him. Well, no, don't look at that guy. Look where you're going to go.
Broncos going right to left. Now the Broncos, after a chunk play, get a first down in Sun territory on the 54-yard line, 1st and 10. Empty backfield. Extra blockers brought in. Throws it down the right-hand side. Intercepted by the Okanagan Sun. He has room to run. He's down at the 40, out of bounds, and wrapped out at the 35.
Trying to throw the short pass over to the right, but he got...
And that's Fensky. So after getting beat deep in coverage, he makes up for it with a pick.
Makes up for a pick. And the quarterback, he didn't get enough on it because just as he released the ball, somebody got a hold of his arm, and I think that took a little bit of the speed off that throw. Kind of wobbled out there, trying to hit the receiver running an out pattern to the right. But it was, once again, one white jersey and two brown jerseys.
1st and 10 for the Sun on the 35-yard line now. Christos alone, drops back, just a quick dump pass. Gets about 6 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Let's run a little screen to the left. Pick up 5 yards, give yourself 2nd and 5.
About a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Okanagan Sun leads 60-0. It's Okanagan Sun football for Global Broadband. 2nd down, 6 to go, 5 to go maybe. Empty backfield. Christos looks down the middle, doesn't have anyone, decides to keep. He's swallowed whole. That'll make it 3rd down Sun. And this is a time where I'd like to see Atwood come in and try and kick one, because this is a good practice, right?
But, you know, the other point of view of that is it's, you know, so we're going to take the 3. Do you need the 3? No, but okay, we're going to give Kamloops the opportunity to stop us.
Okay.
So that's almost a
there's a reason I don't coach football.
It's a bit of a sportsmanship thing there. Say we're going to go for it, but not trying to run up the score. We're just going to give you a chance to stop us.
So 3rd and 5 here at the Okanagan Sun, going for it on 3rd down. Kamloops with 3 defensive linemen, 4 really lining up wide left. Christos rolls out, has a man, it's caught, 1st down Sun. And a flag on the play. That one completed to Ty Walker. I'm not sure what the flag was because it came after the play.
Well, Christos, you know, rolling out to his right, it's Walker who's running it out and then coming back and making the catch for the 1st down. But they're marching it back, so it might be after the catch was made, after the 1st down was made.
We'll see what the refs call it.
It's a lot of yardage, so.
There's zeros on the clock here for the 3rd quarter as well. refs haven't gone on mic to say what they've done or what happened. We're just waiting to see what the call was.
It's on Okanagan.
Here we go.
At the end of the play, we have an objectionable conduct, number 77 on the offense. That was at the end of the play, so we apply on the next play. This is quarter time.
So that brings us to the end of the quarter. It's a penalty on Gagafine. Not sure what it was, but we're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. We'll be back. The Sun leads 60-0 headed into the fourth quarter.
The Broncos will score, and we have drawn our 50-50 ticket. Sorry, I don't know the amount, but I'm sure it's a pretty sizable pot. The 50-50 ticket number is C.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Sun going into the fourth quarter. So the Sun got pushed back a little bit on that penalty, but they'll be first down on the 33-yard line here, 34-yard lines. Sun leads 60-0 here in the fourth quarter to start. Christos alone in the backfield. Drops back, first down, he's got pressure, it's a shovel pass inside. He has room to run, gets the first down marker, keeps going, and he's wrapped up at the 15-yard line. Well, hold on, they're gonna call this one a touchdown. He didn't hit the ground.
He did not hit the ground. So the same play, the little shuttle pass that they scored in the first half, and I think is that Bilo?
I think it was Ethan Bilo.
So he takes the shuttle pass inside.
And he went into block.
And he bounces it out right, and he gets tackled, he gets wrapped up, but the guy who wrapped up the tackle rolls over, and it's hard to describe, those of you who are watching, you see it, but on radio, as the player rolls over, and Bilo's sitting on him, and
he just keeps going.
Because the only thing that touched the ground was his feet and his hand. So that you're not down. So the defender thought he was tackled and let him go, but he wasn't. And the referee was right there and said, nope, you were not down. You were still alive.
And that'll make it 66-0 with the extra point from Atwood is good. 67-0 here for the Okanagan Sun now with 14:34 to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. There is a flag on the play, and we'll explain that one when we come back. Not sure what the flag was, but that'll be applied to the kickoff.
Unnecessary roughness, number 80 on the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be applied on the kickoff. Result of the convert was it was good.
So another unnecessary roughness penalty.
Well, they're doing so well. They had 3 quarters of the game where they didn't have any. Now they've had 2 in the last drive, and they were unnecessary, especially after an extra point when you're up on a team by 67 points. Come on.
67-0 for the Okanagan Sun, and Coach Bill Long not happy with that unnecessary roughness penalty.
It's pointless. It's preventable, and it's selfish. Those type of penalties are selfish.
Well, I think we have a good mind to head down to Okanagan Sun practice next week and say, hey guys, hey, relax. Take a yoga class.
That's just some guy has to be. You have to take him aside as a coach and say, don't do that.
So let's see how far Atwood can kick this one from the 30. So I'll be very curious because this will be an interesting kickoff because they'll be getting this one basically at the 20 on the average kick for him. And he does. He just kicks a simple one down to the 20. Return there, makes his way to 25 up to 30. And he gets wrapped up at the 32. Excellent coverage tackle from Hollis Walter. He just broke down and really good tackle.
He was the shot man on the outside, and so he's coming down the left-hand side, and nobody touched him.
I tell you, he looks like Vince Papali out there.
Yes. But boy, Kamloops, just have some fun on that kick return. I mean, you get enough of them today.
First and 10 for Kamloops. They're on the 31-yard line. 32-yard line, sorry. Jeeves coming in. And the refs have called quick timeout for the Okanagan Sun. So we'll take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. The Okanagan Sun leads 67-0. We'll be back. First and 10 for Kamloops, going left to right. Moberg alone in the back. No, hands it off, runs it in, but the defensive line for the Okanagan Sun stopped this one. He doesn't even go down. They just put up a wall.
Yeah, there's not much change in that. The push by the defensive line. You've got non-starters in there now for the defensive line for the Sun, so they're trying to make a name for themselves, and they're going to show the coaches that they know what they're doing.
I want to give props to a referee on the sideline who's actually teaching one of the kids on the sideline about the rules as this game is going. I like seeing that because it grows the game.
It's encouraging when you see the referees that know the rules. That's encouraging.
For second and long, he's under pressure and he's sacked from the Okanagan Sun. I'm sorry, I could not stop laughing about that one, Coach. How dare you speak ill will about the guys who try to police the game, huh?
I know half of them, so they'll be just fine.
That makes it third and long, and the Broncos send out their punt team. Football's no laughing matter, folks. I apologize. Refs keep whistling, playing, and it looks like it's Kaduya back to return this one again.
Well, with Jeeves' rugby experience, maybe a little far, but he might try a drop goal later on this game.
Oh, it's another high snap. Jeeves gets away, but they're going to get this one at the 55. Bounces past him, though. Kaduya gets it at the 50 now. Cuts inside, gets into their territory, makes a couple of guys miss. He's still making guys miss, and he's still going. And he's going to be down at the 20-yard line. What a return.
Kaduya in his punt return, he seldom catches the ball because he goes so far back there. The ball always tends to, for some reason, land in front of him. He's constantly chasing it. So he caught the last one for a big run, but this one, if he's not sure, he lets it hit the ground, and then all sorts of crazy things can happen.
But he sure does create magic with the football when he catches it. It's fun to watch the Kaduya Falconer. I mean, they've been returning these kicks, and they've been making plays. It's exciting to watch. First and 10, Sun on the 20-yard line, driving the football already. We've got Christos in at QB now. And they're going to hand this one off. Cuts inside. Just drives the football, drives his legs, and he almost gets a first down.
On his own. I mean, there was a big hole there, but there's Bilo, he just carried 3 defenders 4 yards.
Bilo the bulldozer is what I've always been calling him for years,
He's not real big, but he's got that low center of gravity.
He's Mighty Mouse.
There you go. Low man wins.
Yep. Always cheer for the small guy. Second and 1 here. Oh, high snap. They're going to hand this one off to Bilo again. He cuts outside, flag on the play, and then he gets flipped. In the backfield, this one looks like it could go against the Okanagan Sun for a hold.
It'll be a holding penalty.
10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
All right. So
Bilo tried to bounce it outside, but the defense flowed over there, and he tried to jump the defender, but didn't work out so well. Flipped him upside down, but all for naught.
And he took a lick for nothing.
Yeah, the hold is somebody trying to contain their men and keep them inside, and they usually just stick an arm out or grab too much jersey.
2nd and 12 here. Five receiver set. Christos alone in the backfield, looks right, looks up the middle, gets out of the pocket, dumps it off, but can't get anything with it. Incomplete to make it 3rd down and long here.
Field goal. Let's go field goal.
Now you say field goal,
There we
coach,
go.
and the field goal unit comes out. I'm telling you, you should predict plays more often.
Come on, Woody. Let's go, Woody.
Liam Atwood having a game today, too. How many
He
extra
is.
points he's had.
He's exhausted. He's had He's had 9 extra points.
All right. Atwood back to kick this one. It's about a 34-yarder. The kick is up. Oh, and he just hits a line drive, and it is good. Boy, he can kick that football.
He's solid.
To make it 70-0. We're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. We'll be back with Okanagan Sun football. We're live from the Apple Bowl. Saturday night football here in the BCFC. All right, it's 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for Kamloops now. They're on the 35-yard line. 9:20 to go in the ball game. Going left to right. Moberg hands it off. No, play action, but he is under pressure. That defensive line, too good, too strong for him to do anything. They've been in his face all night long now.
I think that was actually Grayson Grackle.
Oh, and a QB.
Yes. He didn't have any time to do anything with that.
All right, 2nd and 10. Clock winding down still. About 8:50 to go in the ball game. Atwood hit the scoreboard earlier, so it's tough to read. Drops back, throws it out to the flats, has a man, but he's swallowed up. It's going to get 3rd down. That one completed to Stockbruger.
Well, the receiver is running out a pattern out to the right, and quarterback threw it on the money, but it was Reyes, the defender, who read it perfectly and just timed it beautifully. He got there as soon as the football got there, and it was for a 0 gain.
Looks like it's Kaduya back to return this one again. They'll be punting it from roughly their 35. High snap again at the 20. It hits a line drive, and it goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Smart kick.
That's just the way he kicks.
I think you should try and kick it out of bounds every time, because the way the Sun get field position from these punts.
Well, as a punter, you always want to try and get it between the numbers and the sidelines. But when you kick it in a rugby style like that, you don't really have that kind of accuracy to be able to pinpoint it. You're just kind of, because it's not designed. It's not a kind of a kick that's designed to do that. Whereas traditional football punting form, you can put the ball where you want it.
1st and 10. Drops back. We have a new quarterback in for the Sun as well. I think that's Liam Connolly in at quarterback now. So we've got our 3rd stringer. Second and 10 now. First throw incomplete. Again at the Apple Bowl here. Sun leads 70-0. We're on AM 1150 and on BCFC TV streaming. Connolly alone in the backfield. Throws it deep down the left-hand side. He has a man, and it's caught! First down, Sun! And we don't even have 94 on our roster sheet, so we can't even tell you who caught that.
That was Liam DeLiam. That was Gagne.
Oh, well, my bad.
What a great hands by Connolly as quarterback on the snap. And then the presence to just stand, and Gagne running a sort of a corner pattern from the inside receiver was wide open. Beautiful throw. Hit him right on the money. Hit him on full speed.
1st and 10 for the Sun. They're on the 37-yard line, driving the football. Quick handoff. He's going to keep it. Connolly kind of dumps it, and incomplete. Yeah, he threw on the run. Connolly's
not really sure if he was supposed to hand it off or he just chose not to, but then he looked like he was going to throw it. He rolls up to his left. There's nothing there. So he tried to dump it over the top to Gagne again, but you're just making that play up as you're going along. So the receiver's going to try and read what the quarterback's thinking, and it just fell incomplete.
So it'll be 2nd down here. Going right to left on the left hash. Connolly alone in the backfield. Looks, throws it down the middle, has a man, and it's caught down at the 30-yard line, just shy of the 1st down marker. That one, Carter Moore with the reception.
Moore dragging across the pattern, coming from right to left, about 5 yards down the field. Connolly hits him on the run, but the great tackle. Ethan Pelletier was right on his heels there and grabbed him by the ankles, limited to a 7-yard gain.
3rd and short. Sun are going to go for it. They got 3 yards to go. Connolly alone, looks right, throws it down the middle, has a man, incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Now trying to hit the receiver on the inside. There's 3 receivers to the right, and the inside of those 3 just trying to turn around and ran a little hook pattern, but he curled inside too much, and Connolly threw it too much to the outside, and it fell to the ground.
1st and 10 for the Broncos with 4:50 to go in the game. I'm trying to figure that out, looking at the scoreboard. We really got to stop talking about how Atwood hit the scoreboard, but it's always kind of fun. Yeah, 4:37 to go in the ball game here. 70-0 in favor of the Sun. And they've got Merkel. They rush the ball. That'll make it 2nd down and long here.
Well, the Broncos just ran it inside, but the Okanagan Sun brought about 7 guys on a blitz. They ran with their 4 defensive linemen, and all the linebackers came because they were reading run right off the bat. And there was a little bit of a gap, and he managed to squeak through that for 6 yards.
Make it 2nd and 4 here. Grayson Crackle again in at quarterback. Here we go. Hush around the crowd. 3:46 to go here in the game. Crackle hands it off, runs outside, has room. Oof, he is stopped. Hit like a freight train. That'll make it 3rd down. Well, he might have gotten the 1st down. I don't know. We'll see.
That's going to be very close, but there was a big hole that popped through inside the right tackle. He bounced it outside, and then the Sun defense just collapsed on him.
And they are going to call it a 1st down. So good tackle, though, from Hollis Walter. He just came in there and just stood his ground.
Beautiful
kept
form.
Driving.
Kept your head up.
That's work on the sled right there.
That is
the way he was
sled,
moving
right.
his knees like it's just legs. 1st and 10 now for the Broncos, driving the football with 3 minutes to go in the ball game. They're going to hand it off again. Runs inside. He's swallowed up. Nowhere to go. 2nd down. A little bit of a skirmish there between the lines as well.
Nothing pretty.
Nope.
Just inside, big cloud of dust.
So that's a 3-minute warning there. 2:40 to go in the ball game. Clock winding down. Both teams just want to get out of here at this point, avoid injuries. All right, second and long. Two backs in there with Crackle. Crackle now alone. Drops back. Throws it deep down the left-hand side. Does he have a man? He does! Caught! First down. No, he's moving still. He's not going to go down. Oh, and he just steps out of bounds.
Oh.
Wow, he had it. But well played by the Okanagan Sun DBs to push him out of bounds because they couldn't take him down. That's a big receiver.
Well, Grackle threw the ball to the corner pattern, but that was Jeeves.
Jeeves is so big,
and he's a big receiver, and he wrestled and he spun and he turned and he caught the pass on a corner about 35 yards down the field. Great throw, but that's too bad he stepped out because he worked hard on that.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Broncos looking for pay dirt and a little bit of pride. They're going to hand this one off. He runs outside, gets out into the flats, gets about 5 yards on the carry. Second down. That's Koenig.
Looking to go inside. Then bounce it out to the left. Got a 4-yard gain. The Sun were there to in numbers to hit him out of bounds, but that's an example of a running back making something out of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. 2nd and 7. Minute and a half to go in the ball game here. Sun leading 70-0. Drops back, throws it down the right side, has a man, it's caught! And he's taken down just at the 21-yard line.
Quick out, about 3-yard gain, tackled right away, thrown it to the far side, to the wide side of the field, to the right. Good coverage.
So third down. The Broncos want to put this one in there, that's for sure. Get some points on the board. Minute to go in the ball game. Let's see if they can get the first down. They're on the 20. 3 yards to go. Crackle in a QB. Receivers in motion. Oh, and they just about draw the offensive. Yes.
Oh.
And it looks like this could be offside on the Okanagan Sun. That's what the line judge is calling it. And that's a first down.
We have offside on the defense. That penalty will result in a first down, Kamloops.
For the third time.
So there you go, 30 seconds left on the clock here. 1st and 10. They still got about 20 yards to go.
What do you think they throw the ball to Jeeves? I would.
I would give Jeeves the ball in the flats and see what he does with it with a screen.
He's bigger than some of the O-linemen there.
He's a big guy. Look at him. He's just 6'3"? 6'5"? I don't even know. By the way, I'm terrible with height, weight, everything. But he's a big guy. But that's the guy I want. I want the ball in his hands.
And he's a punter.
He's going to line up wide right.
Oh, yeah, that's where it's going, in the corner.
Let's see. Crackle looks to throw. He looks at Jeeves first. No, he throws left, wide left. Incomplete in the end zone. That'll make it second down.
Well, they had 2 receivers to the far side. One running it out at about 12 yards, the other one going a little bit deeper to the corner. And the quarterback threw it to the guy running the out, but it was over top of him. He was kind of, if he'd have put it on the money, I think it would have been knocked down or intercepted and knocked away because the coverage was really good.
Right. 25 seconds left on the clock here. Sun leads 70-0. It's Okanagan Sun football brought to you by CS Printmaster. Let's see what they do here. 2nd and 10 on the 15. Crackle. Drops back, looks left, looks right, throws it down the right-hand side. Does he have a man? No, incomplete. To make it 3rd down.
Receiver, say 2 receivers tight together on the right side. Jeeves was one of them. The other receiver went straight to the field. Jeeves hooked it up, but the secondary receiver was it was kind of open, but the ball was just overthrown.
Yeah, he would have had to throw a nice dime for him to catch that one behind him, like kind of a tough.
You're going to go for 3.
Yeah, they're going to go for at least some points. 3rd and 10 on the 15, going for a field goal. And the kick, flag on the play. Refs blew it dead already.
Snap, before the snap, timeout, Okanagan.
So the Okanagan Sun froze the kicker. And the Kamloops fans booing the Okanagan Sun. That's kind of the right, is that the right call, freeze the kicker here?
Kickers don't get frozen. If they did, they wouldn't be kickers.
All right.
So I was always laugh at that, we're trying to, especially you see it in the pros. You go, that guy gets paid millions of dollars to kick field goals. Do you think that standing around in the field for the next 30 seconds makes any difference? No, it doesn't.
I've seen some kickers in my day
No.
definitely get rattled.
No, they don't get rattled. They just missed it anyway, but they didn't get rattled. That didn't even matter. It's comical.
All right, here we go. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Broncos fans are very happy. The sideline is happy. They got points on the board to avoid the shutout.
Well, I think, I think somebody had money on the over at 72 points here. I think that's what it was.
73 points scored in this game.
Somebody had money on this 72-point over.
I'm trying to think. It was 42-39 for the Sun against the West Shore Rebels. So 78 points, or whatever, math is bad for me today. The Sun are going to get the ball. They're just going to take it at the 35. Maybe get a play or two off and then get the heck out of here.
Just take a knee.
The Okanagan Sun should be in victory formation, but right now they're in regular formation. 43 is in a quarterback, so new quarterback, and he chucks it deep. Oh my gosh. That's Declan Leith in at quarterback, has an arm, or Declan Litt. He threw that ball 50 yards.
Yeah. Let's just get out of here, guys. It's your 4th string quarterback, whatever, and you got scored on, but what are you doing? That call doesn't make any sense.
Travis Miller likes to have all of his guys ready. Next man up mentality. And if that's the case in the Prairies, what happens when you have 3 quarterbacks go down in a game, or et cetera, right?
Yeah,
Leith?
You're not going to get that situation against
Leith is going to
Kamloops.
go throw another bomb deep, and this is almost picked off. Oh, and it looks like, that did not look good.
There you go.
Lucas Yanchison. Boy, that's the ball game. Final score 70-3 in favor of the Okanagan Sun. We're going to take a break here, and your post game is coming up right after this. The Okanagan Sun get another win in the Apple Bowl, but the Kamloops Broncos hang on to at least get points on the board. We'll be back right after this.
Thanks for coming out tonight. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Please drive home safely.
Four-man front for the Broncos. Kruger drops back under pressure, throws it down the left side, has a man, and it's caught at the 50s, at the 40, running down to the 30, makes a couple
of guys. Kruger looks to throw, looks right, stumbles, pump fake. Four-man front for the Broncos. Kruger drops back under pressure, throws it down the left side, has a man, and it's caught at the 50s, at the 40, running down to the 30, makes a couple of guys. Kruger looks to throw, looks right, stumbles, pump fakes, throws it down the right-hand side. It's a terrible throw, though, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Kamloops decides to take it out of the end zone, which is a terrible decision. It's fumbled and recovered by the Okanagan Sun at the 1-yard line, but we'll see what the refs call it. First down, they've got the jumbo offense in. Christos hands it off. Hardesty waltzes in there for a touchdown. The Sun are going to go up 10-0 here with a high kick. Gets this one at the 54. Stiff arms one defender, gets to the 50, down to the 40, at the 30, cuts inside to the 20, makes another block. Falconer's still going. Falconer! No, fumbles at the... And we'll see if it's called a touchdown or not. Touchdown, Sun! Kruger hands it off to Hardesty. Hardesty runs outside, gets to the flats, jumps over a couple of guys, and gets to the first 20. Kruger alone in the backfield. Quick screen pass, he gets his man, makes two guys miss, he's at the 10, the 5, oh, just shy. Or is that, I can't tell if that's Christos. No, it's Christos. Jet sweep, Falconer runs outside, gets in for a touchdown, Sun. Moberg alone, rolls out of the pocket, looks down the field, throws a bit of a wobbly one, but he has a man, caught at the... Moberg drops back. Throws it down the left-hand side. It's picked off by the Okanagan Sun! And he's wrestled down at the 30. On the 24. Play action pass. Falconer gets it. Falconer alone, getting it to the 10. The 5. Is he in for a touchdown? We'll see if the refs call it, but it looks like... Kruger rolls out the left-hand side. It's quick pitch to Hardesty, almost a reverse. Hardesty has room to run. Is he going to get it in there? He's got a touchdown!
Oh, that...
Kruger. Play action pass, rolls out to the flats, bootleg, throws it down the left side, has a man, and it's caught. Just shy of the time. First and goal for the Okanagan Sun. Jumbo set with Christos in at quarterback. Guys in motion, Christos hands it off to Hardesty. Hardesty runs in, and that'll be a touchdown. So the Okanagan Sun go up to 45, 2nd and 10 now. Christos now in for Kruger. Christos alone in the backfield. Rolls out to the right-hand side, out of the pocket, throws it down the right-hand side, has a man, it's caught! Ty Walker takes it in, and it's a touchdown, Sun! 52-0, Ty Walker. They're gonna get this at the 35, cuts inside of the 40, goes back to the 35 to get more room to run. And he's going to get to the 50, down to the 55, cuts inside, keeps moving. He's got room to run. He's got open field. The Okanagan Sun might have another one. Glenn Kaduya, he's alone. He's got one more man to beat. He cuts inside. Oh, and he's down. All alone. Christos throws, gets his man in the flats. He's at the 5, cuts inside for a touchdown, Sun. Alone in the backfield is Moberg. Moberg looks left, throws it down the left-hand side. Has a man wide open. He gets it. He's at the 40. He's wrapped up and stopped at the 50. Brought in. Throws it down the right-hand side. Intercepted by the Okanagan Sun. He has room to run. He's down at the 40. Out of bounds and wrapped out at the 35. Christos alone in the backfield. Drops back. First down. He's got pressure. It's a shovel pass inside. He has room to run. Gets the first down marker. Keeps going, and he's wrapped up at the 15-yard line. Well, hold on. They're going to call this one a touchdown. He didn't hit the ground.
He did not hit the ground. So the same play, the little shot.
Connolly alone in the backfield. Throws it deep down the left-hand side. He has a man, and it's caught. First down, Sun. Two backs in there with Crackle. Crackle now alone. Drops back. Throws it deep down the left-hand side. Does he have a man? He does. Caught. First down. No, he's moving still. He's not going to go down. Oh, and he just steps out of bounds.
Oh. It's comical.
All right, here we go. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Broncos fans are very happy.
It's comical.
All right, here we go. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Broncos fans are very happy. The sideline is
at a big time early because the Sun had moved the ball and then threw an interception and moved the ball and turned it over on downs, and they were shooting themselves in the foot.